Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday Night Live. We have a very special transit today. We are entering into Aquarius. So, Pluto, for the last 16 years, has been in the sign of Capricorn. And now we are entering the sign of Aquarius. So, we are going to do a very special exercise today. It'll be a little visualization exercise, but we're going to keep it pretty light. So, you guys know I do this in my Substack once a month. It's always on the last Sunday of the month. This one is going to be, a little lighter tone, more party tone. Usually, the ones that we do on Substack are much more for healing. This will be healing. You're an Aquarius, and today marks the beginning of radical definition of self. Okay, look. A card popped out instantly for us. I barely even got to touch them. So we'll start with a card for guidance for what is coming for us and what we need to know going into the next 20 years. So the card that we got is Tame and Attain. Tame and Attain. So let's take a look at that. That's from the Animal Apothecary deck by Cara Elizabeth. We'll start with a little reading while people are still coming into the live, because once we start the exercise, guys, you're not going to want to miss it. You're not going to want to come in late. So, thank you, everybody. Thank you. Okay. So, tame and attain the horse. When the horse is tamed for riding, she endures countless weeks of intense training. If the trainer is patient, perseverant, and trustworthy, the horse eventually submits. The horse is controlled, though the horse bit that rests in her is controlled through the horse bit that rests in her mouth. When the rider pulls the connected reins, the horse will follow. The horse bit in this image represents directed power. Directed power. Wild horse is freedom, stamina, unbridled passions, and primal urges. She symbolizes the untamed and powerful impulses within all of us. These impulses look like our intense outbursts, obsessive thinking, binging, recklessness, avoidance, and all of the wild expressions. All of these impulses hold immense power, but often this energy is directed very poorly, and the human that tames and rides the horse represents our highest self, directing our personal power. Your willpower will be tested, and you must strengthen it. Sacrifice is required. The horse's medicine asks you to start with small things and build your willpower muscle. Stop yourself from saying hurtful things about someone. Resist eating the entire bag of chips. Watch something uplifting instead of garbage TV. You may feel resentful of the restrictions at first, but it will lead to the expansion of extraordinary capabilities. With dedication, the ego will soften and will align with your willpower. Once you have given adequate time to building your willpower, it will become a superior force. The horse's medicine requests that you tame inner appetites to welcome the person you were meant to be. This is horsepower. Beautiful. The Animal Apothecary deck always has a great message for us. You said not you eating a bag of chips right now. Well, you know what? Maybe clip the bag halfway and come back to it tomorrow. Okay, so hello, everybody. You said the ads had to do you like that finally in. I'm surprised it runs ads on the live. I barely know how to do the settings. Sometimes people talk to me about there's too many ads in my videos. I'm like, girl, I don't know how to change the number. Unless I go into every video and place them, then I don't know how to change the number. So I'm sorry for that. Okay. So we're going to be doing a super cool exercise today. Hi, guys. Hi, Roots. Hi, Haley. Hi, Jules. Hi, everybody. Hello, hello. Hello, everybody over here. So we're going to give people a couple more minutes to come in, to trickle in before we start our exercise. Like I said, I do stuff like this on Substack, but they're much more healing based. This one, we're having a party. I have a little bit of champs, but it's very watered down. It is not filled to the top with champs. It's actually just a little bit with a lot of sparkling water in there. How do you get to the other live? Go to YouTube, JK Ultra on YouTube. Don't worry, I'm not going to get drunk. It's very watered down. Okay. So I have some notes for us to start to carry in this energy because we are celebrating. So Pluto has been in Capricorn for 16 years. And if we look back at the last 16 years of our life, that might feel like who I am. This is my experience. This is how I am with work. This is how I am with relationships. This is how I am as a person. This is my work ethic. This is how I live. This is my financial situation. This is who I am. However, this is a new era. This is changing. So let's create this wonderful bubble here together. So everybody that's here live, both on TikTok, on YouTube, and also to anybody that's going to be watching tomorrow or later, just saying, you got 20 years to get to this video, but sooner than later would be better. So with that, let's just get a little bit of the energy of what's been going on. Okay, so Pluto in astrology. So, as we know, Pluto is the Scorpio sign. Pluto is transformation. It is birth and and death and rebirth, not re-death and birth. Sorry, my God. It is also the subconscious mind. It is also societal stuff, but really like the generations in society. So each of the generations, when we look at the years that that Pluto is transiting through signs, those are the generations. So each time Pluto transits into another sign, that is another generation, which is why, say, millennials are so different than Gen X and so different than Gen Z and so different than boomers, because this is Pluto's societal impact. So it is the sign of transformation. It is the secrets coming up. It is also obsession. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about the last 16 years. But before we do, let's just put a little bit of an idea out to what has been happening what has been affected by Pluto for the last 16 years. So it's been in Capricorn since 2008. So, like I said, this you might feel like this is who you are. Oh, this is just how I work. This is just how I feel. This is just how I think. This is how I make money. This is how I this, how I that. But this is your opportunity to really anchor in. And with everybody's energy here, we've got plenty of people here to hold the space and hold the space for anyone who watches the replay later to truly let go of the last 16 years and start a new life, start a new timeline. Okay. So with Pluto and Capricorn since 2008, you know how long ago that was? But we're going to reminisce. Don't worry. This is part of the exercise. But before we get into it, while some people are still trickling in, I know sometimes people take a little bit of time. Okay. So Capricorn is career, authority, right? So career advancement, leadership, power struggles in that area. So for the last 16 years, we've been going through transformation in career. And maybe just in these last couple months, last couple years, has career started to change? Has maybe started to have a little bit more clarity in what you're meant to be doing, in what you feel truly called to be doing, because it's gone through that transformation, that death and rebirth for the last 16 years. Also, the financial systems. It's not shocking that we had a financial collapse in 2008, a financial meltdown. I always say financial meltdown because I was helping someone with I don't even remember who it was, but it was someone. Oh my god, yes, it was my friend from Japan. I was helping her with some, legal documents, and she had to say what she was talking she had to, talk about something, and she wrote, "financial meltdown," and she was talking about 2008. So I always say financial meltdown because it reminds me of her writing on a legal document, financial meltdown. But yes, the housing market crash, stock market, all of the financial stuff that started when Pluto came into Capricorn. So this is representing financial stuff, but also throughout this time, this is how we got cryptocurrency. This is how we got Bitcoin. This has been the death and rebirth, the transformation of financial developments. But even too, before it used to be you had to go to work to make money unless you were like the boss or like had passive income. Now everybody has an opportunity for passive income simply publishing something on KDP, or KDP meaning Amazon, to self-publish something, to make videos on TikTok and make a viral video and get paid doing it, be on YouTube. Now everybody has new opportunities to make money, new ways to make money. Cryptocurrency has really changed the financial situation for many people. So even though we had this economic crash, and right now we're in a very weird place because the inflation is super high, people have had a lot of death and rebirth in regards to finances. Okay, personal growth. So, of course, there's always going to be personal growth during this time, regardless of whether it's connected to your career, whether it's connected to finances. Your emotional life, of course, this also structure and authority also can influence your family life, can influence your social life, can influence your place in the world. So we've had a lot of changes with this. Also, institutions and structures. From 2008 to now, the institution and structures have completely changed. Before, it was like the pinnacle of everything. Like 2008 was like the height of like, go to college and get your degree. Now, as we're leaving Capricorn, it's kind of like, is it even worth it to go to college? You end up with an insane amount of debt. But then what happens? You have this terrible amount of debt. You can't even get the job that you wanted. You might not even be interested in the thing that you went to college for. So the institutions have been collapsing. Look at our legal system, our financial systems, our government systems. They're all going through this death and rebirth, and we're stepping into this new age. Now, some people believe that the age of Aquarius is Pluto going into Aquarius. Is that what all people believe? No, but that's just putting that out there. Okay, so then what about Aquarius? What about when transformation, death, and rebirth steps out of that sign of Capricorn into the sign of Aquarius, an air sign? Okay, it's more flowy, it's more fluid. Okay, so things with Aquarius are very connected to the collective good, humanitarianism, things that can benefit society as a whole. This makes sense why we've been breaking down these financial systems, breaking down these institutions, breaking down these things, because now we're moving towards humanitarianism, but also technology and information. So Aquarius also rules, I mean, tell me it rules over technology. I had my phone glitch out so bad today. The last time my phone glitched out like that was when I went to the Harvey Weinstein trial and posted about Gavin Newsom's wife, and my phone got nuked. I had the same exact thing happen to my phone today, but I was able to recover it. So I don't know if Gavin Newsom's after my phone again. I know it sounds crazy, but if you weren't there for it, then you might not know what I'm referencing. But trust me, it happened and people witnessed it. Okay, yeah. Enough of Gavin Newsom nuking my phone. It might just be Pluto at 0 degree of Aquarius with the technological stuff going on. So this transit is also not only changes in technology, innovation in technology, more transparency with information, more transparency with technology. Look at AI. Is it crazy or what that AI has really taken the stage? So we actually had it come into Aquarius a little bit in the early part of the year. So January, February-ish of this year, we had a little moment where it went to this, where we are today, the 0 degree of Aquarius. And then it retrograded again back into Capricorn. And we, from February to now, really cleaned out that old thing. And you guys who watch my Tuesday night lives every Tuesday, no, I went through the shadow work journey from hell from February through. Okay. And also me having Pluto in the first house in my natal chart and having a Scorpio rising, this also is in the house of self. So in the first house of self is where Pluto is in my personal chart. So it makes sense when we did this Pluto retrograde for the very last parts of Capricorn, why I went through the shadow work journey of hell. Okay. So, but it was beautiful and I loved it and I'm so grateful for it and I'll never be scared of anything again. Okay. Darkness means nothing to me now. Okay. So also, social justice is another element of Aquarius. So as we're going to have changes, transformation, death and rebirth within the area of social justice, community. So community is a important aspect going forward. So we are all talking about, everyone I know is getting messages in um regards to community. Everyone in meditation, all the hypnosis sessions, everyone that is talking about like they've accessed the Akashic records, they got a reading, this and that. Everybody is getting the message that it is time for community. This time of the self obsession, of only the individuality coming to the forefront. It's time for the collective. It's time for community. Also uniqueness, because I mean, we all know an Aquarius in our life, right? And aren't they a little unique? And that's a very interesting, way to be. The Aquarius is going to the beat of their own drum. So now we have the next 20 years of that uniqueness. Okay. So it's almost like we've been seeing this come up too over the last couple weeks, weeks, months, up to the last year. We've been seeing, as we've been entering and feeling it coming, we've been seeing that uniqueness has been getting pushed to the forefront. People who are interesting, people who are individuals have been pushed to the forefront of social media. These people have been stepping into new positions, being acknowledged in places that they might have not been acknowledged before, because people are sick of that old stuff. We don't want the Kim Kardashians anymore. We want the interesting people that we like and enjoy and we feel more connected to, the uniqueness. Get in, loser. We're going to get weird with Aquarius. I love that. You said started in February. That's when ChatGPT came out. Yeah, I don't know. I think we had a little bit of ChatGPT before, but like really this kicking in has started. We actually had the first parts of Pluto and Aquarius at the end of 2023 as well. So like this is our time, right? For all of us weirdos, this is our time. Okay, and global connections. So digital communities, we already have seen that happening. Okay. So what else am I on? You don't mean drugs, right? Because I'm not, but I think you mean what other live am I on? I'm on YouTube. What else is she on? Just life, just Pluto and Aquarius, baby. That's what I'm on. Okay. So I'll go over after we do our little exercise. No and yes. Okay. So I'll go over the houses in like a very general way after, but here we are. I feel like everybody's made it. Actually, right now it is 6:19 p.m. where I am. And at 6:30 p.m., I believe it's at 6:30, or did we miss it? Anyway, it is now. I thought it was at 6:30, but now I'm thinking about the Eastern time and sometimes I go backwards. Anyway, we are now transitioning. It might happen at 6:30 or maybe it happened at 3:30 today. I should have looked that up because now that I'm thinking of it, it was in Eastern time, maybe. Okay, anyway. Okay, so here we're going to do this visualization exercise, okay? So this is gonna be, it was at 3. Oh, okay, yeah, so that must have been in Eastern time. I was, like, auto-correcting myself. Oh, yeah, it was at 3 Eastern time. Yeah, okay. Alright, so we missed it, but it's still here for the next 20 years, so don't worry. We're never gonna miss it. We'll be here for it. Okay, so this will be a little bit of a lighter version than what we do in Substack. In Substack, we do like a whole hypnosis induction, a whole group hypnosis. But for this, we're going to do this really fun, really exciting, just like kind of whatever pops up into your head is the right answer. Whatever you feel is the right answer. Okay. So take a breath. Imagine yourself. You can close your eyes or you can also just, yeah, we're still on time, Haley. You're right. Time isn't real anyway. Exactly. So we're not going to do like a full hypnosis here because it is a lot with like the live chats and stuff. And this is also like an exciting celebration, but we'll still use these prompts and still see what pops into your mind, still see what is sparked in your heart, So but imagine yourself, take a breath. You can close your eyes if you'd like. Imagine yourself at the top of a staircase, a beautiful staircase. It can be anywhere you want. It can be in a palace. It could be in nature. It can be in a liminal space. It could be in a void. It could be anywhere that you'd like it to be. It could be your childhood home. It could be your home right now. See yourself at the top of the staircase and allow yourself to take a step down. Feel your feet walking down. Feel your feet. Step 10, we're going to go down 10 steps here. Ooh, the Titanic staircase. Yes. Like I said, this is not going to be the full hypnosis induction that we would do on the Substack, because this is a fun vibe that we're doing here. But just imagine it. We're going down step 10. Feel it on your feet. Feel yourself going lower. Step 9, feel your foot on step 9. Another step, step 8, feel it on your foot, whether the step is a little bit cool on your foot, a little warm on your foot. Maybe it's mossy, maybe it's grassy. Step 7, step 8. Step 6. This is a fun vibe, guys. Step 6, we're going down, not backwards. Step 5, step 4, step 3, step 1. And now the final step, you're at a hallway. And in this hallway is 17 doors. And hold your horses because we are going to go through all of these doors, okay? 17 doors, okay? So however these doors look to you, maybe all the doors look different. Maybe each door is individual. Maybe these are antique doors. Maybe these are futuristic doors. Maybe these are portals. Whatever feels right to you, have fun with it, okay? Have fun. Now see yourself walking and find yourself, go to the first door that says the year 2008 on it, okay? The year 2008. Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of an idea of what type of things. So I'm going to name some fun pop culture stuff from 2008 and let it spark memories in you, because what we want to know is the questions that we're asking as I give you these pop culture references from that time is, where were you in life? Where were you living? Who were you around? Were you in school? Were you at a job? Were you in a relationship? Who were the key people in your life? What were the major challenges and issues going on in your life at this time? What were some of the happiest and funnest moments of this time? And what really defined your identity that year, okay? And it's okay if you're a little bit off. If we're at the year 2008 and you're looking at maybe accidentally something from 2009, don't judge yourself. It's okay. Whatever comes forward is the right answer, okay? So with those questions in mind, I'm going to read to you a couple of different things that came out that year. Okay, so for songs, we had Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl, okay? Katy Perry, I Kissed a Girl. We had the T.I. song, Whatever You Like, come out. We had the Gucci Mane and Nicki Minaj song, Shopaholic, come out. This was also when The Dark Knight came out. Slumdog Millionaire. The movie Mamma Mia. Iron Man. Some of the popular stores were Forever 21, H&M, Abercrombie and Fitch was in its heyday, American Eagle. We also had Britney Spears' hospitalization that year. We had Britney Spears' hospitalization, and remember all of the tabloids, the Perez Hilton, all of that of this year. The Madonna, Guy Ritchie divorce. We also had the global economic crisis. We also had Barack Obama elected the first African-American president of the United States of America. Big time, big day. We had the Beijing Summer Olympics. We also had the rise of social media, Facebook, Twitter started, the final season of The Wire, the first season of True Blood. So take a moment with these things. Pregnant with your first son. Cool, Whitney. So think about it. Think about where were you in life? Where were you living? Who were you with? The I Kissed a Girl song came on the radio when you were getting ice cream with your grandma. Aww. And then you got a Christian lecture about kissing girls. Yes, this is what I mean. Think of who were the people you were around. You were literally 7. That's okay. You did stuff at 7. You watched TV. You were in grade 8. That's okay. Some people were pregnant with their children. Some people were children. That's all okay. What were some of the happiest moments at this time? And now that we've taken a moment to connect with that moment from that year, some of the things that popped up that year, imagine yourself that year. Imagine yourself. And that's okay if you're drawing blanks, that's no problem. Imagine yourself that year. Imagine the type of clothes that you wore. Imagine how you looked at that time. Imagine how maybe you did your makeup or maybe clothes, or even if, say, if you were 4 years old, that's okay. Think of a picture from when you were a kid and see yourself at that time. And then I just want you to thank that part of yourself. Even if it's 4, even if it's 7, even if it's 25. Oh, graduating high school and beginning a whole new life. Yes. No matter what it is, take a moment, take anything that sticks out from that time and just observe it and thank yourself for that time and say, you know what? I'm so grateful for the joy that I had that year. For this, we're talking about 2008, got married. Yes, think about your wedding day. You were young and beautiful. You're still young and beautiful. And now, before we leave 2008, before we leave, take a moment, whatever is pops up into your mind, into your allow your subconscious mind to communicate to you. This can be with a feeling, a visual, a word, an impression, a memory. Think, what does myself at that time have to say to me today? And it could just be gratitude. It could just be enjoying itself. It could be also proud of where you are right now. There's no right or wrong answers. Did Legally Blonde come out that time or was it earlier? I don't remember. It does feel around that time. And thank yourself for that time. Thank yourself for 2008. And now we're going to turn around, go back to that door, walk out of 2008, find yourself back in the tunnel, back in the hallway, back in the void, back in the vortex, wherever it is that your 17 doors are. Oh, Mariah. Well, watch out. We got 16 more to go. Save some tears. So, okay. So now let's go to 2009. And we're going to move a little quicker, okay? Because we've got plenty of years, we've got plenty of messages. So, 2009, where were you in life? What were the key people? Did you have a job? Were you in school? Were you a child? Were you having a child? Were you getting married? Were you getting divorced? Was someone being born? Was someone dying? What were some of the happiest moments of this time? What were some of the things that you were worried about at this time? What were you wearing? What did you look like? Okay, 2009. Let's talk about some songs that came out. Lady Gaga, Poker Face. Beyonce, Single Ladies. The Black Eyed Peas, I Got a Feeling. Taylor Swift, You Belong to Me. Movies that came out was Avatar, The Hangover, Inglorious Bastards, Up, District 9. The stores that were popping were Urban Outfitters, Zara, Topshop. What were some things that happened? Celebrity scandals, the Tiger Woods cheating scandal, Chris Brown and Rihanna getting into the domestic violence. He beat Rihanna up. Also, in some news that happened, we also had, remember that H1N1 pandemic that happened, right? What was that, like a bird flu thing, right? We also had the Jersey Shore, the rise of Jersey Shore. The show Glee started, the finale of ER. Just some pop culture moments. Think about things at that time. Yeah, you loved watching Avatar at your aunt's lake house. So what we're doing right now is we're going down to anybody who's coming late. We're going into these different doors for each year. So 2009 was a rough year for you. I'm sorry about that, Charity. So let's ask. Let's observe ourselves from 2009. Whatever you looked at, whatever popped up when I brought up some of those pop culture moments, anything, any place that you were with, relationship that you were in, where did you live? What was your home like? What was happening in your family? What was happening with your friends? Observe yourself from 2009 and send out thankfulness, gratitude, send it out and say, you know what, 2009 self, I'm so grateful that you went through that because I'm who I am today because of it. So thank your 2009 self. Go on over, see your 2009 self with your little 2009 outfit. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself some appreciation. And as you hug yourself from 2009, if there is any message from yourself from 2009, allow it to come through. This could be a message, it could be a visual, it could be a memory, it could just be a feeling. It could just be a feeling of feeling appreciative of going through 2009 so that you could be who you are today. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful. Send them love, send them healing, send them gratitude. And now we're going to turn around. We're going to walk back out of that door, go back to the hallway, and then we're going to go to the next door. So see yourself. Oh, she doesn't recognize you. It's honestly beautiful. Look how much you've grown. Look how much you've changed. Remember goofing around with all your friends freshman year of high school. Beautiful. Okay. So now you're back in the hallway. Let's go to the 2010 door. Okay, things are getting different, right? Like we're in a different decade now. We're in the 2010s. We're leaving the 2000s and we're in the 2010s. So see yourself opening that door. Maybe your hand sees the knob, see 2010, walk inside. And again, we're going to say, who were you at that time? Where were you? Were you in school? Were you in a relationship? Were you in a job? Where did you live? Was there someone being born? Was there someone dying? Were you going into a new year of school? Were you going into a new job? Did you move? Who were the key people in your life? What were the relationships? How was your family? Any of the challenges that you faced, any of the issues that you faced at that time? What defined your identity at that time? What were some of the happiest moments of your time? Oh, you had your son in 2010. Oh, beautiful. You were graduating high school. Oh. And yes, anyone who's coming late, you can always go back. This is going to be on YouTube, the replay. We're doing a little fun vibe. Okay, so let's reminisce about what happened in 2010. Okay. Remember Eminem and Rihanna did that song, I Love the Way You Lie. Katy Perry came out with California Girls. Kesha came out with the song TikTok. Remember, this was before TikTok. Toy Story 3 came out. Inception came out. The Social Network, that Facebook movie came out. The Black Swan came out. I loved Black Swan. I saw it in the theater. This is when Free People and ASOS and Madewell, these things all kind of were like you started your Facebook in 2010. What else happened? So we also got the Obamacare, right? The Medicare thing. Remember, that was such a big deal. The WikiLeaks thing started. 2010 was the rise of Instagram. That's when Instagram really first started. The old Instagram, remember the filters? There was like the lo-fi and the hi-fi filter. The finale of Lost, remember? The show Lost was in its final season. I was going into film school in 2010. I mean, it's crazy for me these years. These years were very intense, very crazy. Um, the debut of The Walking Dead, the show The Walking Dead. So think about yourself. See yourself at that time. Did you listen to any of these songs? Did you watch any of these shows? Do you remember any of these things? I remember I lost my health insurance because it used to go to your 26. And then the Obamacare cap happened. And then I got it back. So I didn't have it for like, or it went to 20. He extended it to 26. It used to be like 22 or something. So I lost it for a couple years. And then that happened. I got my insurance back. Just weird little things that pop up into your head. And this is just for us to like see how much we've changed, how much we've grown. This is a serious cycle. Okay, so see yourself from 2010. See yourself in one of these moments that popped up, even if it's not super important. See yourself in 2010. Observe yourself. Give gratitude to yourself. Say, you know what, 2010 self, I am so glad that you did what you did and that you made those choices and you made those mistakes when you did. And you took those chances when you did, because I wouldn't be who I am today. So give your 2010 self a nice big hug. Show them some gratitude. Show them some love. Send them healing if they need it. Send your 2010 self some fashion and makeup tips. No, I'm joking. And see that if that version of yourself from 2010 has a message for you. And it doesn't need to be a really grand message. It could just be a thank you. It could just be a proud of you. Oh, you were so brave in 2010. Yes, it's beautiful to acknowledge that. Give the gratitude to yourself in 2010. I mean, I'm so grateful for myself in 2010 for starting film school. It was something that I always wanted to do since I was a kid. I had a lot of ups and downs with getting there. And then I got to actually start doing it. Okay, so then any message that your 2010 self has for you, I want you to embrace it, take it, give it gratitude, give it love. And then we're going to turn around. We're going to turn around, go back to the door, walk out of the door, go back into the hallway. And now we're in the hallway and we're going to go to the next door. Okay, so we're going to the door that says 2011. See yourself entering the door. See yourself maybe grabbing the knob of the door and opening it. And inside, 2011 is happening. This is where the Adele song, Rolling in the Deep, came. The LMFAO song came out. Lady Gaga, Born This Way. Bruno Mars, Grenade. The Hunger Games came out. Bridesmaids came out. The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. Harry Potter 2 came out. This was the rise of things like Nasty Gal and clothes like that. This like online clothing started. Some scandals that happened was Arnold Schwarzenegger had a love child with his nanny. Remember that? That was crazy. Charlie Sheen having the public meltdown of the tiger's blood, of the winning. Remember? This was also the year that Osama bin Laden was killed. This was the royal wedding between Prince William and Kate Middleton. This was when Occupy Wall Street happened. This was when Pinterest started. Wow, this was the finale of All My Children and One Life to Live. I didn't know that they had finales. I honestly thought they were still on the air. I'm late to the game. This was also the year that Steve Jobs died. So think about any of these pop culture moments. Do they spark anything with connecting with yourself at that time? Who were you at that time? Where were you living? Who were you with? Who was prominent people in your life? Was there a friend, a relationship, a family member? It's okay if you don't have any specific memories of 2011. Whatever it is, whatever wants to come through, anything that sparks, you said this is why you love nostalgia. It was a happier, more authentic time for all of us. But that's not true. Right now is a happy, authentic time. We get to enjoy that, but also appreciate where we're at right now. What were major challenges that you had in 2011? What were some of the happy, fun moments that you had in 2011? What did you look like? What did you dress like? What did you listen to? Now see yourself in 2011, however that wants to present itself, even if it's just a memory, a moment, an impression, a feeling, good or bad, whatever it is, whatever needs to come through is the right thing coming through. Observe yourself. Learning yoga, beautiful. Then you go, embrace your 2011 self, give yourself a hug, give yourself gratitude, give yourself healing. Say thank you for the decisions that you made in 2011. In 2011, I made the decision that I wanted to leave New York and that I wanted to move to LA, and I started looking for signs. 2011 was when I first started to learn about consciousness and started to learn about you can create your own reality. I met a cowboy in New York City, not the naked one, a clothed cowboy. And he had just gotten out of prison, 20 years in prison. And he used to come in every single day and try to convince me that you could create your own reality and that you can control consciousness and that every single cell could be influenced by your thoughts. And every day he would come into my job and like tell me this stuff. And he would just drink a Coca-Cola every day. He didn't even drink. It was like that man was part of my soul contract. And I said, like, I think I'm going to move to LA. He's like, okay, look for some signs. The universe will tell you if it's the right answer. And then some woman came into my job and she was such a bitch. She was like a terror. She was terrible. And it was so weird. She was being so nasty. And then all of a sudden she said to me out of nowhere when she was super drunk, she's like, you should move to LA. And I was like, I don't know if she meant it as an insult, but it was what I had been thinking I wanted to do. Okay, so now embrace your 2011 self. See if your 2011 self has a message for you. It could be a word, an impression, a feeling, a thought, whatever feels right. Allow that to come in. Allow your 2011 self to give you the wisdom, to give you the thanks. Maybe your 2011 self is proud of you for keeping going, for still being at it. And now we're going to leave that. We're going to turn around. We're going to walk back out the door, go back to the hallway. And 2012, you guys, this was supposed to be the end of the world. This was a huge timeline shift. So now we're going to step into this 2012 doorway. See yourself walking into the 2012 doorway. Here's what's happening in 2012. We have still one of my favorite songs, Gautier, Somebody That I Used to Know. That song still hits me so hard. I thought that is the best song. So good still. Carly Rae Jepsen, Call Me Maybe. Remember that? Macklemore. Remember Macklemore? Maroon 5, One More Night. The Avengers came out. The Dark Knight Rises comes out. Les Mis came out. The movie Argo won all those awards. Kristen Stewart and Rupert Sanders, whoever that is, had an affair. Lance Armstrong, doping scandal. Remember, right? The guy with like those yellow Live Strong bracelets, that scandal. This was also the year that President Obama was reelected into office. Remember that? This was also the London Olympics. Also, guys, a little dark. The Sandy Hook shooting, the school shooting, right? A little dark. Sorry about that. The rise of Vine. Remember Vine, social media, Vine. It was also the finale of Desperate Housewives and the debut of the show Girls. So now if any of those things kind of set the tone of what 2012 is, I remember also 2012 was the year I moved to LA. That's when the Lana Del Rey album came out. Lana Del Rey's album came out like 2 days before I came to LA. And it was like everywhere. It was like the thing of the moment. Was like, oh my God, everyone's like, you heard about this woman, Lana Del Rey, Born to Die. Her album just came out. Okay, so who were you at that time? Where were you living? Who were you with? Were you working? Were you in school? Were you who were you around? What about the people in your life? What about moments in your life? Family members, friends, relationships? Were you getting married? Were you getting divorced? Was someone being born? Was someone dying? What was going on at this time? What were the challenges of this time? Hearing some of these things, I feel like it's been at least 20 years since. I know. That's why it's so important for us to really take a deep look at what the last 16 years has been. You got married. Beautiful, Lulu. Game of Thrones, right. Game of Thrones was huge. You had a lot of community back then. You had an encounter with a small being that hugged you. Oh, interesting. 2012, you got certified in Reiki. Beautiful. Okay, so observe yourself from 2012. Look at yourself from 2012. I'm looking at myself from 2012, and I am so grateful that I packed up everything, that I threw away all my stuff, put got 2 suitcases and moved to LA and had a crazy year and put myself in a lot of hard situations, but I am so, 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 so grateful that I did that. So look at yourself from 2012. What are you grateful for that you did that year? Embrace your 2012 self. Give your 2012 self a hug. My 2012 self needs a hug for sure. That was a hard year for me. What wisdom does your 2012 self? You were 15, living your best life. Yes. 2012 graduation. Yes. You went to Bolivia and you saw a shaman and quantum leaped. Beautiful. Oh, right. You graduated high school. Wonderful. What does this, okay, receive whatever your 2012 self wants to say to you. And what do you want to thank your 2012 self for? Give it a hug. Embrace it. Say, I'm so grateful that you did it. I'm so grateful that you went through it. Somebody had to go through it. Okay, beautiful. Send them healing, send them love, send them strength for their lessons. And then we're going to, when you're done hugging your 2012 self, we're going to turn around. We're going to walk back out the hallway. We're in the hall. We're going to the next door. 2013. There we go. That was my spiritual awakening year. Big spiritual awakening. That's when I actually went into psychosis. Okay, so 2013, open the door. See yourself. 2013's happening in there. So here's some things. Robin Thicke, Blurred Lines with Pharrell Williams and T.I. Lord, that song Royals, remember that. Justin Timberlake, Mirrors. Daft Punk, Get Lucky. The movie Gravity came out. Wolf of Wall Street came out. Frozen came out. Miley Cyrus, remember the Miley Cyrus controversy about her like being an adult now and like, you know, with the tongue and like smoking weed and like VMA performance. Paula Deen got caught in the racism scandal. Remember that? Edward Snowden's leaks. Remember when Edward Snowden brought all of this NSA leaks out, right? That was crazy. Another dark one, Boston Marathon bombing. Remember? Okay, now this one's a little controversial in this community, but the death of Nelson Mandela. It did happen in 2013, although you might have remembered it in the 80s. It did officially happen in the 2013. Was this a timeline shift? The finale of Breaking Bad. This was the beginning of Snapchat. This was the rise of Snapchat. Also, Orange is the New Black coming out on Netflix. That was like iconic. Now that we've set the scene of 2013, what's happening in there? See yourself. Who were you with? What were you doing? Where did you live? Were you in school? Did you have a job? What were you studying? What was happening? Did you have like coworkers you were friends with? Who was important in your life? Were you getting married? Were you getting divorced? Were people being born? Were people dying? What was going on? What was some of the happy moments at this time? What was maybe an event, a party, a celebration? Oh, you had your spiritual awakening and yoga. Blurred Lines is still one of your favorite songs. You met your future husband. Beautiful. You couldn't find work and had to choose between rent and car payments. Oh, wow. What a time. You're going to have to give your 2013 self a lot of love. All of these things, you were a mother in survival mode. The memories are so blurry. That's okay. We're going to look at yourself as a mother at that time and give her a hug. So see yourself in 2013. Embrace yourself. Ooh, Mike, first year sober. Yes. Beautiful. See yourself in 2013. Embrace yourself in 2013. Say, I'm so grateful for you. I'm so grateful for you for getting through that time of sobriety, for getting through that time of being a mother in survival mode, for getting through that time of not having the money to pay rent or car payments. I remember myself too. I could barely pay my rent. My rent was like $700 at the time. You rented a house and moved into a free apartment at a storage facility. Wow. 2013 was a heavy time for us, guys. Okay, so let's thank our 2013 self. First year you started smoking weed. Maybe it was a fun time for others. Then you got your car repoed. You became a grandmother of twins. Carol, that's beautiful. Okay, so now let's look at our 2013 self. Let's hug our 2013 self and say, you know what? You were a badass that year. You did a lot, you went through a lot, and I'm so proud of you, and I wouldn't be where I am today if it wasn't for you. Oh, Mariah, a group of artists that inspired you to make a form of art your job. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, embrace yourself. Send your 2013 self healing. Look at yourself now compared to your 2013 self and say, damn, I did it. I figured out a lot of those problems. A lot of those problems are not even my problems anymore. I'm so proud of myself for getting through that. I'm so excited that I am oh god, TikTok killing my vibe, giving me 2 restrictions. What are we doing that is so messed up, TikTok? Anyway, anyway, let's not kill the vibe, let's not kill the bubble, okay? I'm holding the space. Okay. So what we're gonna do here, as you're hugging your 2013 self, giving it gratitude, giving it love, is there a message for your 2000 from your 2013 self? This could be a memory, this could be an impression, this could be a thank you, this could be gratitude, whatever it's needed, whatever you need. It could just be a feeling. Ooh, you played at a festival in Washington in 2013. Ah, brought you from Maine to the West Coast. Beautiful. You were having a hard time remembering the first years, but now that you're remembering these ones, all the memories are coming back. Beautiful. Okay. And it's okay if you don't remember 2013. That's totally fine. We're going to be turning around now that you've sent the healing, love, gratitude, strength to your 2013 self. We're going to turn around, walk back out that door, go back to this hallway, 2014. Walk through that 2014 door. Oh, you were in a horrible custody battle. Make sure you give yourself some beautiful, beautiful healing energy to 2013. Okay, 2014, the song Happy came out. Remember, Pharrell Williams, Happy. Sam Smith, Stay With Me. Iggy Azalea, Fancy. You know, that was Charlie XCX on that. Took a long time for Charlie XCX to really become who she is today. The Taylor Swift song, Shake It Off. Megan Trainor, All About the Bass. The movies Boyhood came out. Birdman. The Grand Budapest Hotel. Gone Girl. And this one, which everyone is pissed off that I haven't seen, Interstellar. I will watch it, you guys, one day. I just feel like I could spend 3 hours doing nothing or something. Anyway, Interstellar came out in 2013. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Missing Link. This was when Lululemon, this is like vibe started coming, Athletica, all of these like high-end yoga pants. This is when Bill Cosby, the allegations came out. This is when the Ebola outbreak happened in West Africa. This was actually the Ferguson movement. Remember, Ferguson was the original Black Lives Matter movement. This was also the rise of Uber and Lyft, and I remember when Uber and Lyft came out because I needed it so desperately because I had not had a car. This was the finale of How I Met Your Mother, and this was also the debut of True Detective. So think about these pop culture moments. Think about things that were happening at that time. Your kids were little and you made a career change. You lived in the best neighborhood. It was a good year. Beautiful. Interstellar coming back to theaters in December. Oh, that's cool. I'll actually maybe I would love to see it in the theater. I'll look that up. Okay. Where were you in life in 2014? Were you working? Were you in school? Who was around you? Where did you live? What was your situation like? What were you dealing with? What were some of the struggles? Who was in your life? Who was in your life at this time? Were people being born? Were people dying? Were you getting married? Were you getting divorced? Were you graduating? Were your kids graduating? Were your kids doing stuff? Were children being born? What was some of the happiest moments that year? That's bonkers. It's literally so important, relevant to everything you talk you must watch. I know. Bonkers that I haven't seen Interstellar. I know. Everybody hates that I haven't seen it. It was the worst and darkest point of your addiction. So much has changed. Beautiful. Look at your life then and look at your life now. You were trying to make friends in church. Now look at you, Angela. You're an alien gal. This is so powerful, Jen. Thank you. 2014 was one of the hardest years of your life. You lost a child and your best friend to cancer that year. Oh my gosh, Meg, I'm so sorry. So really, we want to see your 2014 self and give a hug, give love, embrace your 2014 self. Say, I'm so proud of you for what you went through that year. I'm so proud of you for getting through it. Your strength is what got me here today. Say that to your 2014 self and everybody too. Let's give Meg a special hug for 2014. Losing a child is one of the hardest things that anybody could go through. Meg, we're all here. We're all hugging you in this bubble, giving you extra love, extra support to your 2014 self. Anyone who needs that extra support, we're creating this bubble. Thank you guys. Thank you. We're creating this bubble. So, for anyone who needs it at any of these years, tap into that energy of this bubble that we're creating. Oh, Meg, there's so many people here also on TikTok saying it as well. And as everybody embraces their 2014 self, give yourself some healing, some love, some gratitude. Beautiful, Lisa. Your 2014 was your spiritual awakening where you discovered Dolores Cannon. And then Dolores also died in 2014. Oh, Dolores. Oh, sad. Okay, is there a message from your 2014 self? Does your 2014 self have a message for you? Oh, Meg feels the love. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so your 2014 self, does it have a message for you? Is it thanking you for keeping going? Is it proud of you? Is it amazed at all that you've been able to do? That was 10 years ago, guys. 10 years ago. Can you believe that? 10 years. Insane. Okay. Send all the love, all the healing to your 2014 self. And now we're going to take the message, take the wisdom, take the love, whatever comes through from 2014. And we're going to see how much we've changed, how far we've come. We're going to turn around, walk back out that door, go back to the hallway. We're going to go to the next door, 2015. See 2015 on the door, open that door, and inside 2015 is happening. The weekend The song, the artist was super hot then, right? That's when Drake came out with the Hotline Bling, Kendrick Lamar, All Right, Taylor Swift, Blank Space. I'm gonna be honest with you, I don't think I know any of these songs, but okay. The Uptown Funk song came out. Mad Max, Fury Road came out. The Revenant came out. The Star Wars, The Force Awakens came out. You guys also know I never saw Star Wars. Inside Out came out. Let's see. Also, Celebrity Scandals was Bill Cosby's trial, as well as Charlie Sheen's HIV diagnosis. Remember that one? This was also the Paris terrorist attacks. The Supreme Court ruling on same-sex marriage. Can you guys believe it? 2015 was the ruling on same-sex marriage. That's how recent that is. This was also the rise of streaming services. We already had Netflix, but this was like Hulu. This was really the beginning of like this becoming. Where else am I reading from? I have a list of things that I compiled using AI to pull pop culture moments from these times. Also, this was the debut of the show Empire, 2015. Or Star Trek, right? I haven't seen Star Trek either. Okay, so see yourself in 2015. See yourself. Where were you working? Where were you either in school? Who were you in a relationship with? Who were your friends? What did you do for fun? I mean, something that wasn't mentioned there, the Jeffrey Campbell's, the Lita shoes. Come on, the shoes, the Litas. It was a moment. It was the very short shorts that were frayed with the Lita shoes. Come on, I know you guys remember the shoes. I'll go grab them. I still got one in the closet. Um, remember this moment. Yes, the Litas. So remember 2015. Remember this moment. See yourself in 2015. Whatever memories. Yes, the spiky heel ones. Right. Remember? Also, it was like the spiky shoulders on things, right? That was like such a moment. Remember also the Galaxy, that was also like 2014 as well, but like the Galaxy leggings, remember those? Those leggings, the Galaxy leggings? So, see yourself in 2015. Oh, 2015, you started your daily painting practice. It's been 3,269 consecutive days of painting every day since then. Damn, Meg. Damn. Black milk, the space pants, yes. You started late, but you love this exercise. Yes, you can always go back and do it later. You had Galaxy cat leggings, right? Remember it was all the cat stuff. Remember also we had like those like pizza and tortilla like blankets and like sleeping bags and clothing and stuff. There'd be like pizza on like, it was a time. Beautiful. You went to Machu Picchu at that time. Wonderful. So what were you doing in 2015? Who is in your life? What were some of the challenges that you faced? Where were you at financially? Where were you at mentally? Where were you at medically? Who was in your life? What was also some of the good moments? At this time I was working in all the weed shops. So I had, a great time. But I would spend 12 hours a day smoking weed all day at these weed shops, and it was almost felt like purgatory. At that point, we would start to say like this feels like purgatory. We come here every day, all day, and the same thing happens and the same people come in. Being a broke student, yes. You graduated high school, beautiful. So see yourself in 2015. Embrace yourself of 2015. Give yourself a nice big hug. Send yourself healing. Send yourself cleansing. Send yourself gratitude for going through that, for going to work every day, for going to school every day, for going to, for getting through, stuff as a parent, for getting through it when you were in maybe not the right relationship or leaving a relationship, entering a relationship, getting married, getting divorced, having a baby, Anything that happens at this time. You started to invest in yourself for acting, singing, and modeling and started working your 9 to 5. 2015, you did counseling for grief and left that for planning for another occupation. Beautiful. So now look at your 2015 self with gratitude and say, thank you. Thank you for going through that. Thank you for finishing school. Thank you for going to work every day. Yes, your first Bernie rally. Beautiful. You let go of alcohol. Beautiful. Oh, in 2015, your oldest son said the F word for the first time. Remember these moments and embrace your 2015 self. See how far you've come. That was a totally different person, a different lifetime, but that's you. We're still in that Capricorn Pluto era. It's crazy. So give yourself the love, the healing, the gratitude that it needs, and see if there's any message to receive from your 2015 self. Are they proud of you? Are they grateful for you? Are they impressed with you? Are they saying, "Hey, I never saw myself getting where you are right now, so keep going because anything is possible." If you did what you do now, anything's possible. Oh my god, another 8 years or whatever you'll take over the world in the good way. Okay, so now take the message. You say you were in a dark place, so give extra love and extra healing. Give a nice hug, give nice healing to the 2015 self. And now we're going to turn around, walk back out that door, go back into the hallway, and there's another door that says 2016 on it. We're going to enter the door that says 2016. What's happening? Drake, One Dance, Sia, Cheap Thrills, Calvin Harris, This Is What You Came For. Justin Bieber, Sorry, French Montana and Drake, No Shopping. I'll be honest with you, I really don't know these songs. Okay, the movie La La Land came out. Moonlight came out. Manchester by the Sea came out. Arrival. Oh, wow. Arrival came out in 2016. Captain America Civil War movie came out. Okay. This is also the rise of Supreme. Remember the clothing brand Supreme? Uh the Gucci revival. Oh, right. This is when Gucci started to like come back. This is also when the brand Off-White started to come into this was also the Taylor Swift Kanye West feud. Was that when she won the award? Was it? Wow. Also, Brad Pitt and Angelina got divorced. This was also, my friends, hold your hats if you're going to be triggered. But this is when Donald Trump went into office, 2016. You remember it. This was also Brexit. Remember Brexit. Remember the Women's March. Remember these things were all happening culturally. I remember when the Women's March happened, I was on the phone with my friend and I was not what we would call woke today. I was more so, I was very fixated on like the 5D timeline stuff. And I remember when all the women were marching against Donald Trump. I remember me and my friend on the phone saying, "Oh man, I really thought we were going to 5D." And everybody's so upset right now. Everybody's so angry right now. I very vividly remember this conversation because I was watching this billionaire's dog. I was making really good money. They were paying me for the morning and the night with the dog. I was getting paid 2 times a day to watch this dog. That was a good gig that I had in Bel Air. It was in the house had previously been owned by, Serena Williams. So there was, like, an all black, tennis court in the house, on the property. It was beautiful. They had, like, really ugly art, though. I feel like they had cameras and microphones in the house because then after I talked about how ugly the art was, I was never allowed to work there again. Okay, this was when Pokemon Go came out too. Okay, remember Pokemon Go? This was the finale of American Idol, and this was the beginning of Stranger Things, season 1 of Stranger Things. So 2016 is happening inside of the door, okay? 2016 is happening inside of the door. Where were you in life? Where were you living? Who were you with? What were you learning? What were you doing? Who was in your life? Were you working? Were you in school? What was your financial situation? What was your spiritual situation? What was your career? Any of that, okay? Where were you? Take an image. Whatever comes forward, who were the people in your life? Were you in a relationship? Were you married? Were you single? Was someone born? Did someone pass? What was some of the happy moments at this time? What was some of the struggles at this time? Now I want you to see and observe your 2016 self. Send them love, embrace them, give them a hug. See your 2016 self, give them love, give them healing, give them the confidence, give them the gratitude that they need, okay? If your 2016 self didn't do what it did, didn't make the decisions it did, you wouldn't be here today. Yes, you started your business that is still going strong. You were still in and out of jail at the time. You became a felon. Your mom's health problems began. Give yourself extra love from 2016. Look at how far you've come. You were finishing grad school that year. Look how far you've come. You started doing Instacart. You began working with plant medicine. You graduated from college. Beautiful. You went to Spain, Morocco, and Ireland. Met a random guy. He told you about the black goo and gave you a crystal. Wow. You did a boga. Beautiful. You started walking around the park because of Pokemon. This is what you needed today. Thank you for brightening this journey. Oh, beautiful. You ended a really abusive relationship and cut it off completely. This was the best years of your life. Don't worry, authentically awkward. It's coming back. You bought your first home. Beautiful, Sky. So now, oh, you became a mom. Wonderful. So now see your 2016 self, observe it. Now go over, give your 2016 self a hug. Say, thank you so much for being you and doing what you did, for making those decisions, whether they were hard, even if they were decisions that felt like wrong decisions at the time. That's okay. Being in and out of jail, that might have been part of your journey, part of your lessons that make you who you are today. Appreciate that side of yourself. Give healing to that side of yourself. Give understanding to that side of yourself. Embrace that side of yourself. Give them a hug. See what message they have for you. What does your 2016 self say to you today? What does your 2016 self have to say? Does they say, wow, look at you. I didn't think I could be like you. I didn't even know being you was in question for me. I didn't even know it was a possibility. Maybe they're so proud of you. Maybe they're so thankful for you. Maybe they're impressed with how far you've come. Maybe they're just in awe. Wow, you did it. Look at you now. From this to this. I had no idea. Allow that to come into you from your 2016 self. We're going to embrace it. We're going to love. We're going to send the love to them. Send the healing. Give them what they need. Give them the gratitude. And then we're going to turn around, walk back out that door, go back to that hallway, and go to 2017. Let's go to 2017. And we're going to open that door of 2017. What's happening inside? I mean, guys, I really don't know what these songs are. Okay. Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. Daddy Yankee, Despacito with Justin Bieber. I think I know that one. Kendrick Lamar, Humble. Cardi B, Bodak Yellow. Taylor Swift, Look What You Made Me Do. That one I've heard before. Just because I know I've heard it somewhere. I feel like I've heard it on TikTok. Okay, movies like Get Out. Remember the movie Get Out? That was so good. That was such like a cultural moment, right? The Shape of Water, Wonder Woman, Call Me by Your Name. Then, the whole fast fashion conversation started. Like, oh, is this not good for us? Fast fashion. The luxury brands started to have a revival. Supreme Louis Vuitton collaboration. Harvey Weinstein allegations. Kevin Spacey's allegations. Oh, it says the Women's March happened in 2017. Sorry. I thought it happened 2016. But no, it happened after Trump's inauguration. This was also, sorry again, we're bringing up the dark stuff too. The Vegas shooting. This was the Me Too movement. 2017 was when Me Too movement happened. I'm surprised my list doesn't say that. Why AI left that out. That was very culturally important. So 2017 is happening. You did a 30-day rehab. You got sober and your mom got diagnosed with cancer and you relapsed. Oh, but what a year. Look how far you've come. Okay, 2017. Look at what's happening in 2017. Oh, you became a grandmother. Beautiful. Okay, see yourself in 2017. See what's happening. Maybe it's the birth of your grandchild, the first time meeting your grandchild. Maybe it's the rehab center. See yourself at that time in 2017. Embrace yourself of 2017. Give yourself a hug. Give yourself gratitude. Give yourself 30-day rehab for 4 months. So many memories are being unlocked walking through this, good and bad. And that's the purpose, because we really need to see what we're saying goodbye to. We're saying goodbye to the last 16 years, to this Pluto and Capricorn cycle that will never happen again in our lifetime. Oh no, you went into a twin flame psychosis. It happens. It happens. Happens to the best of us. It happens. 2017, your younger cousin died in an accident. Oh, I'm so sorry. Bringing up these memories, bringing up the good and the bad, that's okay, because you know what? If bad memories are coming up, that means that the 2017 self needs love. It needs that. So if any bad memories are coming up, see yourself in that bad memory and walk into it. Give yourself that hug. Say, I'm so grateful for what you went through. I'm so grateful for what you taught me. I'm so grateful for the decisions that you made, right or wrong decisions. I'm so grateful for these decisions because they made me who I am today. Give the love, give the healing, give the appreciation to your 2017 self. You went from the deep south to the west and your current home in Denver. Happy exodus. Beautiful. You rescued a puppy. Aw. Is that your little tippy taps girl who whenever whenever she's always doing the tippy taps? Mm. Peek on the back deck of a crab boat. Wow. Beautiful. 2017. Trump was inaugurated. Yes, he was. Remember that. Send the gratitude to your 2017 self. If your 2016, 2017 self was super triggered by Trump getting into office the first time, go give yourself a hug. It's time to move on. We're moving into a new era. Was Space Force created? Oh, was it? Interesting. It probably was. I have a very limited list here. Mine is very pop culture, the list. Changes in friendships. Give your 2017 self that love, that healing, that what it needs. If hard memories are coming up, say, damn, I'm so proud of you. Oh, you went to contact in the desert for the first time. Cool. Now see if your 2017 self has anything that it needs to share. A thank you. Is it proud of you? Is it shocked by what you've been able to do? Allow that memory, love, gratitude. See how far you've come. You woke up in 2017 because of Bernie Sanders getting cheated from the Democratic nomination. Right. Right. I went hard for Bernie at this time. See how far you've come. Your 2017 self wouldn't even recognize you. Beautiful, Samantha. Beautiful. Okay, so now we're going to take that wisdom. See, damn, look how far I came from 2017. Turn around, walk back out that door. You met a narcissist at that time. Okay, so give your younger self, give your 2017 self the love that it needs. Forgive it. Forgive your 2017 self for any mistakes that they made. And then we're going to walk out. We're gonna walk through the door, go back out into the hallway, and go to 2018. 2018, my list stopped at 2017. Okay. Excuse me, AI, please. Okay, sorry. Drake, I guess, has just been for a long time because Drake, God's Plan, 2018. Calvin Harris and Dua Lipa, One Kiss. George Ezra, Shotgun. Kelia Settle, This Is Me. I have no idea what that is. These songs, I don't know what they are. Okay, the Black Panther came out. A Star Is Born came out. Bohemian Rhapsody came out. Crazy Rich Asians came out. Roseanne Barr's racist tweet and cancellation. Let's see, the royal wedding of Harry and Meghan Markle. The rise. Okay, this was already what? Okay, the finale of the show Americans and Pose on FX. I feel like this was a lukewarm one. 2018, I feel like there was more to 2018 than that, but 2018, it's easier to remember because it's closer to us. 2018, you had a beautiful baby born in February and whilst pregnant, lost another baby girl in October. Oh, I'm so sorry, Samantha. Okay, let's give love to Samantha's 2018 self in this bubble, in this container, because it really is nothing harder than losing a child. Samantha, we love you. We're embracing your 2018 self. Oh my God, Mariah, did we meet in 2018? Oh my God. Wow. Time flies. You had the boss from hell that made you quit your job. Oh, and your mom died. Oh, I'm so sorry, sorry, Lulu. Yes, it was the year I bought my first car. I bought my first car ever in 2018. I never had a car, and for my 30th birthday in 2018, I bought myself my first car, and I was so proud of myself because transportation was always so difficult for me. Even since I was younger because my mom didn't drive either. So, like, I was always on the bus, I was always walking, I was always having to take trains ever since I was a little kid. So, like, me getting my own car was a huge thing in my life. Like, that literally changed, you know, my whole, uh, way of living. Like, just getting groceries and having to, like, walk and carry them back, they're so heavy. Groceries are so heavy, and I would be so upset and so triggered, like, sometimes when I would have to do that as a kid, my mom would, like, take me to go grocery shopping with her, and then we wouldn't have money to, like, take the bus back or, like, take a cab or something. So we would carry the groceries back, and I have, like, so much, like, when sometimes if I'm carrying a lot of heavy stuff, which I can, my sister says I can carry anything because I was always, like, helping my mom, but, like, I sometimes get very triggered by carrying stuff, and I feel like, "Ah!" And I just, like I'm like, "Okay, no, this is just, like, some weird response to being in this situation many times." I'm like, "I have a car, it's fine, I just need to carry it to my car and carry it back. It's so I'm like, "It's so not a big deal. You're fine. You're not a child who cannot control the situation." Oh, your 16-year-old lab, Bella, passed away. Oh, she was older than your kids. Oh. So 2018, think of yourself in 2018. Think of the people in your life. Think of people that you met, friends that you met, things that happened, milestones. Where were you working? Who were you with? What was your financial situation? 2018 was when I actually started my financial situation started to change. I had no money forever, and then finally I was like I had enough money to like buy my first car ever, which I still have my first car and I just paid it off. 2018, your sister had a psychosis breakdown and got hospitalized. You got married. You moved to California with your husband. My God, it feels like it happened yesterday. It feels like but it also feels like it's been so long ago. Right. Angela, you were in university. Oh, thanks, Bree. That's when you had a major health scare and your husband was diagnosed with MS. Oh, I'm sorry, Aunt B. That it was the worst year of your life. Oh, Kurt, you met your fiance. So, really, let's give some love to our 2018 self. Does it need healing? Does it need gratitude? Does it need appreciation? Do they need strength? Does your 2018 self need strength? Does your 2018 self thank you for doing what you've done to make me who I am today, to get me where I am today? You've got a memory block because you were with a narcissist. That's very common. Sometimes if you're in a, like, abusive type of relationship, you might not have the many memories from those years. You bought your first home and you did a career detour. It was a rough year, 2018, but you brought you more into your personal power. Beautiful. You created a large group for strangers to meet and tailgate at the Rock and Range Festival, and you met tons of amazing people. Yes, think about what were the high moments? What were the low moments? Where did you find this exercise? I just made it up, Aunt B. I just made this up 20 minutes before when I was trying to get my phone to work. I wanted more time to create it, but this is what we did. No, I just made this at 5:25 PM tonight. You went to Hawaii for the first time. Oh, you had just left an abusive relationship, a situation with your newborn. Oh, and you started over in another state. You've never watched a live for this long. I love it. Oh, Mariah, I'm so glad that you're here. Jen's a creator. Thank you. 2018, you saw Steve Martin and Martin Short at Red Walk. Oh, wow. Beautiful. 2018 was your spiritual awakening. You quit your ADHD and anxiety medications and had weird experiences. 2018 was such a beautiful year and then took a slow, hard dip into the challenges for years. Okay, so let's see your 2018 self. Does it need appreciation? Does it need hugs? Does it need thank you for doing that? Look at where you're at in 2018 and look at where you're at now. Look how far you've come. Does your 2018 self have any advice for you? Any gratitude? Are they proud of you? Are they impressed with you? You met Slovenian relatives that you never knew you had. Beautiful. What year did we enter the hallway? So we've been going since 2008. We've been going all the way since 2008, since Pluto entered Aquarius. I mean, Capricorn. And we're going to go all the way to Aquarius. So we're going from Capricorn to Aquarius. And this was a really long cycle, 16 years. So now we're going to turn around, taking the wisdom, sending love, sending gratitude, sending appreciation to all that we've been through in 2018. Oh, 2018 self is thanking you for getting out of the situation. Beautiful. Oh, you said, "Oh, dang, you got here in 2014." That's okay, Aunt B. If you did wanna go back and hear the beginning, you can do it on YouTube. But also you came in right where it is meant to be. What's crazy is 2008, you also were in a different abusive relationship. Oh, but look how far you are now. So proud that you didn't give up and kept going. Beautiful. Okay, we're turning around. We're going out that door. We're back in the hallway. 2019. We are getting closer, guys. 2019. Oh, you came on in 2020, in 2016, and that was your most pivotal year. Beautiful. You're exactly where you need to be. Oh, this is a beautiful reflection, and you're seeing your lesson so clear. Beautiful. Okay, 2019, guys. So we are back in the hallway. We're seeing the door that says 2019. We're walking up to that door, open that door, look inside. Here's what was happening in 2019 with pop culture. Little Nas X came out with Old Town Road. I know that song. Billie Eilish came out with Bad Guy. Taylor Swift came out with You Need to Calm Down. Shawn Mendes and Camila Cabello came out with Senorita. Uh The movie Avengers Endgame came out. The new Lion King came out. Joker, the original Joker came out. That was my favorite. That was my favorite of all. The movie Parasite came out. Remember, Parasite came out and won the award, the Korean movie. Once Upon a Time in Hollywood came out. There's also kind of the rise of a lot of sustainable fashion trends. This was R. Kelly getting charged. This was Jesse Smollett, uh, claiming that he experienced hate crimes. Remember that? There was also the college admission scandals with a bunch of celebrities. Remember that? This was also, my friends, the actual beginning of the COVID-19. That's why it is called 19. But they decided to not tell us until after the Democratic primary was done. But that's another video. The Hong Kong protests. And remember, Notre Dame, whatever it is, the cathedral. Remember it burned. And everybody, like all the billionaires came out to fix it, right? This was also the finale of Game of Thrones. This was the debut of Euphoria, the show. And this was also the beginning of TikTok. This was before it really was as big as it is now, but it was the beginning of TikTok. Was 2019. So imagine 2019. 2019, you moved to LA, your relationship fell apart a week later, and you went through the dark night of the soul and moved back to Nashville 6 months later. And it taught you so much about yourself. 2019 was extremely eventful. You lost 80 pounds and won Mrs. Ohio. Oh my God, Christy Miller. Good for you. 2019, you really mastered manifestation and manifested 119K. And ever since, it's been nonstop. Good for you, Lulu. You got a healing dog, and it was your best past life dog. It was such a blessing. Oh, beautiful. Your dog saved you. 2019, you went backpacking in the Grand Canyon, and it was epic. Oh, wonderful. Wow, Miss Ohio. You got sober. Good for you, Aunt B. I love it. You met your best friend and started to learn more about yourself. Oh, your pastor died and then you left the church. Wow. Okay, so think about 2019. Where were you? Where were you working? Who did you hang out with? Were you in school? Were you in a job? What was your financial situation? What was your outlook on the world? What were you thinking at that time? What were you experiencing at that time? What were the major challenges? Who was in your life? Were you getting married? Were you getting divorced? Were you having children? What were you doing? What were some of the good moments that year? What were some of the bad moments? Whatever comes up is what needs to come up. Allow these memories to be sparked. And now we're going to observe our 2019 selves. You didn't feel safe in that church anymore. Oh, 2019, you had your rainbow baby. Oh, beautiful, Samantha. I'm glad that then you ended up having another baby after that. Joseph, your spiritual awakening started in 2019 at a museum in Florence. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. You were pregnant in 2020. 2019 was your first solo travel to Europe. Wonderful. That was the year you started to love yourself. Auntie B, you were in jail and rehab most of the year and then moved to sober living and learned how to adult. Good for you. Good for you. We're proud of you, Auntie B. 2019, your husband learned to hold boundaries with his mom. Well, we know that is needed. Okay, so observe your 2019 self. Give your 2019 self gratitude and love, forgiveness, healing. Say your 2019 self, if you didn't make that decision, if you didn't do that, if you didn't try that thing, if you weren't brave, if you weren't this, if you weren't that, if you didn't, lose the 80 pounds, if you didn't go to the sober living, if you didn't travel alone, if you didn't leave your church, if you didn't have that other baby, you wouldn't be who you are today. Beautiful. Embrace your 2019 self. Give it love, give it gratitude, give it healing, give them a hug. And if they have any message for you, are they proud of you? Are they impressed with where you're at? Look how far you've come since 2019. Look at you're a completely different person. Look how you might have handled something in 2019 versus how you handle something today. You said you wait, she's in the TikTok chat. Yeah, Christy is in the TikTok chat. But Christy Miller, they are saying congratulations to you over in the chat on YouTube. Okay. So then let's take any of the wisdom, take any of the appreciation, take any of the love, let it bounce back and forth between you and your 2019 you. Aw. She says, thank you. Okay. 2019 self is saying, don't stop there. Keep going. Keep going. Okay, guys. We're going to walk out of that door. We're going to turn around. We're going to another decade. This is the second decade that we're going through. Okay, right? Because we started in 2008, we did the 2010s, and now we're going to the 2020s. And 2020s were a different vibe. We all remember. Okay. So here we go, 2020. Now I know this is when time starts to get to be a blur, but we're going to walk out that door. We're going to go back to the hallway. We're going to see the door that says 2020. We're going to put your hand on the knob. Open that door without fear. Okay, we know what happened in 2020. We know it was the lockdowns. We know it was COVID-19. We know it was the uncertainty. We know it was the leaving of jobs. We know it was the vaccine. We know what happened. What are some of the songs? It was The Weekend, Blinding Lights, Dua Lipa, Don't Start Now, Harry Styles, Adore You, Taylor Swift, Cardigan. I mean, Taylor Swift's on every list, huh? Uh, Movies, the movie Soul, you guys. Remember the movie Soul? Everybody always brings up the movie Soul. So I loved the movie Soul. Also, that movie Promising Young Woman. Remember that? Online shopping surge. Remember, everybody also like there was no toilet paper. People were stealing toilet paper from old ladies. Remember 2020? Remember all the alone time. Remember being home. Remember some people were essential workers and the essential workers had to keep on going. This was the also Johnny Depp Amber Heard defamation trial. This was also the Ellen DeGeneres controversy. This was also, remember, Kanye West ran for president, but it ended up essentially being between Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Remember the Democratic primary where we had 16 to 20 good candidates. You know, obviously I love Bernie. Tulsi was there, Andrew Yang was there. Those were the ones that I would prefer. But also there was other good ones that people liked, like Elizabeth Warren, Amy Klobuchar, Pete Buttigieg, Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, um, Tom Steyer. All of these people that were running a Bloomberg. All of these people, remember, we had this huge lineup of Democratic, and this is why, you know, not to kill the vibe, but this is why Democrats lose is because they didn't allow a fair primary and we got whoever they wanted to put in, which was Joe Biden. And then Joe Biden wins the presidency at the end of the year after, okay, he was elected president. Remember also in 2020, we had George Floyd, and this was the Black Lives Matter protests coming up again, this whole racial injustice movement. This was also the rise of virtual events, doing stuff on Zoom. This was also the debut of The Mandalorian on Disney Plus. So this was like we got all of these new streaming services. Okay. Your son Ezra. Oh, your son Ezra was stillborn at 37 weeks. I'm so sorry. We're all going to hug you and embrace you. Is your name Shy? Is that how you say it? You pronounce it? Shy? Shy, we're all going to send you love. Like we said, there is nothing harder than that, than losing a child. So know that we're all sending you love to your 2020 self, surrounding you. Because really it is. It is one of the hardest things that anybody will ever go through in their lifetime. You were an essential worker, toxic job ended, and taking 80% pay cut to go stay in a cabin in the woods to heal your mental health. 2020, you met some online friends casually who are now two of your dearest friends. You worked for a truck and trailer repair company through COVID and remember not being scared how everyone else was. 2020, you were inspired by joining the BLM protest and it led you to finally speak out publicly about your childhood sexual assault trauma and share your Me Too story. Beautiful. Let's see. That's when you realized your quarantine was already your lifestyle. You took a leap and watched The Secret and got angry for being lied to by the church. Okay, wow. Yes. Oh, 2020, you were fighting massive lockdowns and mandates in Australia. That was the year you leaned into metaphysical and you let go of American politics. You met so many online friends. TikTok started blowing up. You watched an online special of Kylie Minogue's album. You had homeschool for your first and second graders at that time. You forgot that Kanye was running. Okay, so let's look at our 2020 selves, right? It's hard to believe that was already 4 years ago, right? And we're going into 2025 now. The time has gone like that. So our 2020 self, see yourself in that lockdown, see yourself in those things, whatever memories are coming up, whatever things are coming up. And then what we're going to do, we're going to hug, embrace your 2020 self, also embracing the 2020 that everybody needs. Anyone in their 2020 self, this bubble is also for you to receive extra healing from this. We're letting go, we're healing, we're sending love, we're sending gratitude for what they went through, for what they experienced. Also appreciation for what they went through. That was a really scary, difficult time. Looking back, we might have mixed feelings about it. We might have mixed feelings about it, but at the time, it was very uncertain. Oh, you lost your mom in 2020. I'm sorry, Chanel. And this is the thing is that this was a huge shift for us. This was another same thing, like, we already went through 2012. Now we're going through 2020. These were like 2 massive collective timeline shifts that happened. So let's get the wisdom from our 2020 self. Let's also tell our 2020 self, thank you for getting through all of that craziness and all of that chaos. That was a lot. That was intense. 2020 is when you got your IBS. You've not been able to heal your digestion since. Oh, Lulu. You got engaged. You got on TikTok in 2020. Beautiful. Send them the love, send them the healing, send what they need. Hug your 2020 self. If there's a message from your 2020 self, you can receive it now. Are they proud of you? Are they impressed with you? Are they glad that you changed the way that you think, the way that you live, the way that you do things? Maybe your 2020 self is like, "Damn, you're a badass. Look at what you've done. Look at how you've changed. Look at how your perspective has shifted. Look at how you spoke out. Look at how you've become empowered." I know a lot of people became empowered since 2020. Look at how far you've come from then. Now receive that. Send them the love, send them the healing, give them the hug that they need. Say, thank you for going through that. Thank you for being strong through that. And now we're going to turn around, walk back out that door. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. We're walking back out that door. We're coming to the hallway, and it's 2021. Olivia Rodrigo's in there singing Driver's License. Doja Cat, Kiss Me One More Time. Ed Sheeran, Bad Habits. Dune came out. I mean, honestly, not a lot of good stuff came out at this time, right? This is when the Y2K fashion started to come back. This is Britney Spears' conservatorship battle. Army Hammer getting accused of being a sexual cannibal. This is when Dave Chappelle had his Netflix special, and then it had all this controversy. Then this is when they went heavy on that vaccine. This was also the year of January 6th. I know people don't want to ever forget that one. This was also when then we had the rise of NFTs, which comes back to this Capricorn energy of the change of financial stuff. This was also when Squid Games came out. Squid Games became the biggest thing on Netflix. And so these years might be a little bit blurred, right? So from 2020 to 2024, we've had a lot of blur, right? But that's okay. We're going to look at our 2021 self, embrace the 2021 self, give them a hug, say, hey, even if I can't really tell the difference of what happened in those years, that's okay. Give that love to your 2021 self. Give that healing. Give that gratitude for getting through it after going through a global trauma of COVID. Everyone was still coping and just went back to life, and then we had another, like, close down, and then we opened, and then it was just like we're going back to life, and everybody just kind of went along and never really dealt with a lot of that issues and trauma and stuff like that. So, give yourself, that's when your spiritual awakening started, beautiful. 2021, you went to Solterra and did your first ayahuasca ceremonies, changed your life and launched you into plant medicine. Beautiful. 2021, you were utterly broken, dark night of the soul, which led to spiritual awakenings. You dropped out of university and started your journey of making money online. You got married and it was one of your best nights. Beautiful. Yeah, 2020 and 2021 and 2022 are blurred together. Yes. That makes total sense. 2021 was, like, really good for me. I was like, "Oh, man, I shifted a higher timeline," and then it all collapsed because then I had this crazy breakup, which then, like, I've talked about it before, but whenever I talk about it, it really, like, scares and traumatizes people too. So we're not gonna bring that into this space. But that needed to crash, that needed to come down in order for me to then go to the next step of life. You were supposed to get married in 21 and your relationship ended and now you're a new person. Look how far you've come. Oh, and you had your son with Down syndrome and it was utterly terrible of how life would be. But you know what? It is such a blessing too over time because, we see so many people now who have Down syndrome and they're like literally the sweetest freaking souls ever. Like you see them and it's like they're the sweetest, purest souls ever. So, even though I know it was very hard, this is also a blessing to have, like, literally the purest person as your son. They really are. They're, like, literally the sweetest, purest people ever. We are blessed to have people with Down syndrome, to be honest with you, and, like, really also being able to for them to have more of a platform with social media. He's your ray of sunshine. Oh, it's so true. What year did I go to Mount Shasta? Was the end of 2020 into 2021. So yeah, I had this huge thing. You found JK Ultra and increased your awareness. Well, actually, I started in the beginning of 2022, you guys. I started January of 2022. You had your immunity issues and you had to struggle to understand how to move forward when everyone was ready to get back to life. Oh, beautiful. You started listening to Billy Carson. Oh. Okay, so let's give ourselves 2021 the love. I know my 21 self needs the love. Time blurs together. I know everything is so blurred, and it was January. It was the first week. It was like January 8th, I think, that I got on TikTok, and everyone saw my videos in the first month. So, like, people were like, "Oh, how long have you been doing TikTok?" Like 10 days was like what the answer was when everyone was like, "Oh my god, how long have you been doing this?" I'm like, I started last week." Yeah. And everyone's like, "Oh, yeah, I found you during the John Bonet or the Apocalypse series." I'm like, "Yeah, that was literally the first things I posted." You met one of your best friends in 2021. Your fiancé went to his friend's funeral and you immediately bonded with the widow. She's an angel. Oh, beautiful. You were addicted to the Apocalypse series. Okay, so the 2021 self, give them a hug. A TikTok a day. Yes, yes, Mariah. Mariah was there for it. She was part of the challenge. I'm the new girl, right? That's how the past 4 years have been a damn roller coaster. It surely has. Okay, hug your 2021 self. I know my 2021 self needs a big hug, because I didn't even process all of that stuff until later. I just went through that breakup, went through that craziness, and just moved on, like, as if I was angry, but I didn't really process what happened. So we're moving on. We're moving out of 2021. Give yourself the love that it needs. Give it the gratitude, making those decisions, taking your power back, stepping forward, changing who you are, taking in new information. We're getting closer to who we are now. We're also getting towards the end of this Capricorn in Pluto moment. Give yourself that hug, give yourself that love. Is there a message for your 2021 self? Take a moment. Take a moment of silence. Is there a message from your 2021 self as you embrace it? I'm laughing because my 2021 self was like, "Damn." Damn. Okay. Okay, let's turn around. Let's walk out that door. You said you found me at the John Bonet series. Wow, that was the beginning. That was my first week on TikTok. That was literally my first week on TikTok. Like 7 days into TikTok was when I started the John Bonet series. Okay, we're turning around. We're walking out that door. We're walking down the hall and we're going to 2022. And trust me, guys, there's 17 doors. So there will be a 2025 door. No spoiler alerts, but I know don't get too don't think it's done yet because there's a door from the future. Okay. So 2022, walk in that door. What happened in 2022? Okay, Harry Styles, As It Was, Lizzo, About Damn Time, Elton John and Dua Lipa, Cold Heart. The Top Gun Maverick movie came out. Um, Black Panther, Wakanda Forever came out. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Avatar, The Way of Water. The Metaverse started. Will Smith and Chris Rock at the Oscars. Remember that slap? The Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. The Kanye West social media bans. Russia invaded Ukraine. There was a monkeypox outbreak. The Supreme Court overturned Roe versus Wade. Let's see. The House of Dragon show started. Also, like I said, that's when I got on social media. That's when I started my series. That's when I also did the Harvey Weinstein trial. I literally sat in a freaking rape trial for 2 months. It was a crazy year for me. It was a wonderful year for me. End of 2022, you had your spiritual awakening, learning you're not alone, learning the names of beings, and finally connecting to people like you, and stop seeing your psychologist. You had your first panic attack, spiritual awakening, and ayahuasca experience. Right. You lost your job and was not able to do Uber Eats anymore. Your marriage ended and you lost your dog. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. The beginning of the end of the relationship shockwaves through your life. Everyone was afraid of giant wasps, right? I forgot about that. 2022, your 6-month-old had open heart surgery and started to learn spirituality. You started to learn more spirituality. Oh, okay. Yes. Iconic moment. You found JK Ultra. That's where this all began. Oh, Ash, RIP to your best friend, eternal soul sister, Leah, who died tragically in 2022. Oh, so sorry about that. Oh, Elizabeth, hardest year of your life, lost your cat and your mom. I'm sorry. 2022 found me on YouTube. You rescued a dog in your building. When did I publish my moon book? I'm sorry, the cops are outside. Like, please, I'm doing something with the sirens. My moon book I published in December of 2022. 2022 was such an iconic year for me. You got on TikTok and met so many beautiful souls. Beautiful. Wonderful. 2022, you were also so desperate to find closure. You learned about spirituality and God. Wonderful. Thank you for the container of amazing that you've created. Oh, thank you guys. Okay, so let's see. Your 2022 self. You also published a book in 2022. Oh, amazing, Meg. 2022, Messi won the first World Cup. Yes. Beautiful. Okay. Oh, you found me and House and Habit. Wonderful. I met her in 2022 at the Harvey Weinstein trial. Okay, so here we go, guys. We're going to hug, even though it feels pretty close still. We're going to hug our 2022 self. We're going to give our 2022 self any healing, any closure, any love that it needs, gratitude. Thank you for the decisions that we made only 2 years ago, because this is where we're at today. This is how we're moving forward. If it wasn't for those things we did in 2022, we wouldn't be here today. See if your 2022 self has any wisdom for you, any advice. It's pretty close now. So there might be more advice, more wisdom. Take a moment to see if your 2022 self, as you hug and embrace and send them healing and love, if they have a message for you. Okay. Now we're going to walk out that door, turn around, walk out that door. We're going back into the hallway. We're going to 2023. Find the door that says 2023, open the door, go inside. 2023, we have Miley Cyrus, Flowers, SZA, Kill Bill. I mean, honestly, I don't know what these things are. The Barbie movie came out. Oppenheimer came out. The Little Mermaid came out. Part 2 of Dune. Remember Alec Baldwin, the Rust shooting incident. Um, let's see. Finale of Walking Dead and the rise of AI generated content 2023. This is just last year. We know what we did last year. So, what we're going to do, we're going to see ourselves last year. We're going to give ourselves a hug and say, thank you so much, even for everything you did last year. Everything you did last year. 2023, you found me through Instagram. Oh, cute. You and your partner started seeing UFOs outside your house and have a few videos, but you're too afraid to post them because you didn't want anyone knocking on your door. Don't worry, they won't. I've never had a knock on my door, not from the government, just from my downstairs neighbor. Um, your building got new owners and started renovations. Mm, renovictions. Oh, interesting. And stress on our homes. Um, Okay, 2023 self, give yourself the love, give yourself the support. Say thank you last year self for doing the things that you did. Last year, I made the decision to start going to the conferences. That's how I met Linda Moulton Howe. I did the interview with Linda, Whitley Strieber, Stephen Greer. This is how I met so many people. Sarah Brexman Cosme. I did the hypnosis. I did my ayahuasca ceremony. I healed so much. I did so much in 2023. Published my tarot workbook. We did our Tuesday night lives every Tuesday. Oh, I'm sorry. You lost your mom, Val. I'm so sorry about that. The finalization and the end of your traumatic relationship. Oh, Lulu, we met at the Parapod Festival. Cool. I forgot that I spoke at the Parapod Festival. Also, I got my award in Vegas at the Stairway to the Stars conference. Oh, you lost your grandpa in 2023. Oh, you started digital marketing. 2023, you went to Conscious Life Expo and met Elizabeth April and watched Linda Moulton Howe. And you saw me running around with my little microphone, but didn't know who you were until after the expo. Oh, wow, Haley, I didn't know you were there. Okay, let's give our 2023 selves a big hug, a lot of appreciation, a lot of love. Oh, thanks. I did. I won an award. Oh no, Cooper, your addiction started. So we're going to have to give some love to your 2023 self. Twitter changed names to X. You started leading specialized trauma therapy and support groups to share healing. Beautiful. Wow, beautiful. Thank you guys. Okay, so let's give our 2023 selves, even if it's only last year, a hug and say thank you for what you did. Thank you for the decisions you made, good or bad. The bad decisions coming forward, that just means you need a bigger hug. You need more healing. You may need more love. You need more gratitude, more understanding. Be proud of yourself from last year. You wouldn't be here right now. Give yourself that love. Is there a message from your 2023 self? Take a moment, see if there's a message from your 2023 self. Embrace it, send that love back and forth. And we're going to turn around, go back out that door, and we're going to find the door in the hallway that's this year's door, the end of this year. We've got less than 2 full months left. We're going to 2024 and think about this year. Think about what you did. What were your accomplishments? What were your moments? What happened this year? What was important this year? Think about your top moments from this year. Think about what you're most proud of yourself from this year, from 2024. Honestly, I had my crazy shadow work journey, but I'm very proud of that shadow work journey, even though it was rough. Oh, hey. Okay, 2024. What do you need? Where were you at? Who were the people around? What did you learn? Ask yourself the question. Ask your 2024 self the question. What advice do they have for you? What did you learn this year? You started over on your own and started a lot of healing. You bought your second house. Damn, Bree. And you're in the process of moving cities. Wow. This August, your life changed forever at Rhythmia. Beautiful. You stood proud in your voice and your new sense of self and power. Wonderful. You learned to let go. Wonderful. You had a smooth transition from one job to another and manifested another within 24 hours. Look at that. Look at this. Look how things have gotten brighter. So we started in 2020. We started in 2008. We've gone through all these years together for the last 2 hours. We've gone through all these memories. Look at where we're at now. We're at the end of Capricorn, Pluto. We're transitioning into, so now let's take a moment because we're in our current year. Now, everything that has happened since 2008 or whenever you came in, some people came in 2016, some people came in different years. Everyone joined at a different time, but we've just gone through the last 16 years of memories, of pop culture, of what happened in our lives, the good, the bad, the memories. Let's take a moment of silence. I'll stay quiet for a moment to really think about where you've come from then till now and think about all these things that have happened. Because remember, Pluto is about transformation. It's about death and rebirth. It's about uncovering that stuff, bringing it to the surface. It's about the subconscious mind, what has been hiding back there, what memories have come up. It gets better and better. And the best is yet to come. Beautiful. You're so right, Lulu. You've traveled to 8 countries this year. Wonderful. Okay, take a moment. Oh, Sky, you had a daughter, your rainbow baby. Being pregnant again brought so much from losing Ezra, and you felt so much healing this year. Oh, beautiful. Oh, we're so happy for you. Okay, 2008 to now was hellish, but you learned a lot and you woke up. Wonderful. There has been a lot. There hasn't been 1 year of the 16 years that hasn't been completely overwhelmingly awful. You're an Aquarius sun and feeling this power, and your gifts are fully online. Own your business and your healing modality. Beautiful. But look at this now. We're ending this cycle. We're ending this cycle. So take a moment and see what is the some of the greatest lessons from 2008. We went through all these years. We went through year by year for the last 2 hours, okay? Take a moment of silence. See your 2024 self. This is you in the flesh. Allow the wisdom to come through. It's been one hell of a journey, but you awakened during this 16 years. Yeah. Yes. Now that you're aware, you're excited for the next cycle. Beautiful. Learning to stay your most true and authentic self no matter what. Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay. So now on November 19th, we've transitioned out of this 16-year cycle. You're an alchemist and you can alchemize whatever comes at you. Every once in a while, we have to stop and ask ourselves, who am I? What am I doing? How am I living? Where am I going? What should I be doing? And take a personal inventory. I agree, Michael. It's beautiful. Bree, um, learn that nothing was wrong with you and to be proud of yourself. Love who you are and what you're becoming. Wonderful. Tales of the mystical. Excited for the new. Learning to love and to value yourself. Ash, the greatest lesson was the Chumbawamba song. I get knocked down, but I get up again. Right. 2024, you discovered me. Oh, thank you. Hell of a journey for sure. You never realized how crazy and difficult your life was until this, and I'm so glad it's landed you where you are now. Wonderful. So were these 16 years supposed to be difficult? I mean, that's not really the way to look at it. It was supposed to happen. Everything is supposed to happen. So we're looking at everything that has happened, everything that's learned. Look how far you've come from each of these years. Look at all of these struggles and lessons and things that you've experienced for 16 years. And look at yourself now. What did your 2008 self think of you now? What did your 2012 self think of you now? What did your 2016 self think of you now? Look at this whole journey. And now what we're going to do, you guys, what we're going to do, it's not over yet. We're going to thank ourselves for the last 16 years now that we're in the current year. So instead of just thanking ourselves for that year, thanking our gratitude and everything for 1 year, in our 2024 self, what we're going to do is give yourself that big hug for the last 16 years, for this whole entire cycle. Give this entire cycle. Yes, take a bow, Haley. Exactly. Take a bow. Look at what you did. Look at these 16 years. But now we remember this is over. Those 16 years are over. This is not who you are. This is not the way you have to live the rest of your life. All of those things that happened were part of a cycle that is now ended today on November 19th, 2024. The cycle is over. It has left you. Thank yourself. Give love to yourself. Be proud of yourself for all that you've lived through, all that you've overcome. Yes, give yourself a round of applause. Allow that to be behind you. Give the love to your current self and say, damn, thank you for getting me here. Thank you for all that I've been through. I can't believe that way that we just went through all of those years and pulled up all of these memories, some good, some bad. Whoa. Give yourself that love. Give yourself the support. Give yourself the strength. But we're not done yet. There's still one more door, you guys. We have 17 doors, remember. Okay. So we're now in the 16th door. Receive the lessons of, wow, damn, look how far I've come. No matter how hard it was, good decisions, bad decisions, made mistakes, forgive yourself for the mistakes. Be grateful for the mistakes. Oh, thank you. You're not identifying with this cycle. It was much, and you're ready to be the light you found. Beautiful. Yesterday is gone. Beautiful. You've been hard on yourself and you need to give yourself a hug. Right, Sarah? Do it. You abused and let others abuse your body, and now you view your body as a temple, and your body will carry you to this through this lifetime. Love this body and love your soul completely. I love that. Thank you. Universe, show me how good it gets. I know. Be careful when you ask that. Because then it showed me other people's healing when I asked it how show me how good it could be. When I asked Mother Aya, show me how good it could be. It showed me everyone else's healing, which was beautiful. But then it just made me remember other people's healing is truly some of the most beautiful things that you can ever experience on this world. You're an Aquarius moon and Scorpio rising. You're excited for this new transition. Wonderful. The past, the race is behind you. Okay, so guys, now you've hugged your 2024 self. You've hugged your current self. You've given gratitude for this whole experience. We've gone through each of these 16 years and given yourself a hug and love and gratitude for this experience. We're going to do it again one more time. We're going to say thank you. We're going to turn around. We're going to walk out the door. We're going to go back to the hallway. And there's only one door left. But this door is very special. This door is glowing. This door has all the possibilities behind it. This year says 2025 on the door. Okay? 2025. So now we're going to take a moment, brace yourself before walking into this door. We want this to be the beginning of a new episode, the beginning of a new era, the highest vibration ever, the relief from all of this stuff, allowing everything that has happened for the 16 years before. Those doors are all closed. We've got 16 doors that are closed. You've gone, you've looked, you've seen, you've lived, you've learned, but those doors are all closed now. So we're going to go to this year, 2025, this door. Take a nice deep breath before you open it. Set an intention. What do you want this year to be? What do you want this year to be? Do you want it to be the best year ever? But really on what level? Not just best ever, best in what way? Do you want to live the best life? Do you want to feel the best? Is it your health? What is it? Because also we know as we're stepping into this Aquarius next 20 years, okay? This is the cycle of the next 20 years, starting with this door right now. And we're not going to be able to decide what will happen in 20 years. A lot will happen out of our control as well. But what is important going into this next year? We're right now at 0 degree of Pluto in Aquarius. At the 0 degree, let's set the intention. So for the next 20 years, you could think back like, oh, damn, remember that day that I started this cycle? I remember clearly. You're going to remember clearly this day of starting this cycle. Big money, big health, big love. I love it. You want to call in amazing community, beautiful. You want to call in stability. You want to call in love and abundance. You're ready to claim your divine and earthly inheritance. Beautiful. 2025. Oh my God, I need to turn on my do not disturb. Sorry, people killing my vibe. What too many text messages. Okay. You want to be physically healthy and fully present in your motherhood. 2025, you're going to be getting your formal iboga initiation and start a new path for a new age and bring on collective rebellion of the old and ushering new humanitarian age of earth. Beautiful. Yes, it was 11:11 in some area code in some time zones. You are going to allow it to be what it needs to be, that you know you can handle it. What am I calling in? Um, I'm honestly calling in my highest path. My highest path, what I'm truly meant to do on this earth in the way that I'm truly meant to be of service. And I would like prosperity for it. I would like to do a lot and do it big and help a lot of people. And I would also like to receive equal. I would like to receive equal. I would love for it to be a beautiful co-creation between me and the universe of service to others as well as reciprocation. That's what I'm calling in for this 20-year cycle. And also, you guys, okay. So we're going to walk through that door. Okay, well, I'll say it after. Well, I'll say it after. Let's go. Let's open the freaking door. Okay. 2025, let's open the door. Okay. Open the door. It's glowing, luminescent light. It's taking over. The white light is cleansing you. The white light is blinding, but not in a painful way, just in a beautiful, soft, nurturing way. Beautiful white light coming through the door, shining on you, sparkling on you, glimmering and glistening, healing you, releasing, cleaning out all of this stuff, any of the issues you've had. You had money issues for the last 16 years, clean yourself of it. You had relationship issues, clean yourself of it. Allow the light of 2025 coming in to clean your body, clean your mind, clean your spirit, knowing that everything that you've experienced is gone. That was a different cycle. That was a different era. We're stepping into a new time, a new dawn, a new age, as the song goes. It's the dawning of the age of Aquarius. Okay. Allow yourself to be rinsed, clean, cleansed. Toxic people are gone. People unaligned are gone. The right community is coming. The changes are coming. Trust that the collective change is coming. Trust that the change inside of you is coming. Trust that it will show up in your physical reality. These dreams, these hopes, these wishes, they will show up. Don't allow what this last 16 years have been to block any of these things. Don't say, oh, well, I am just not good at that. I'm not good at work. I'm not good at relationships. I'm not good at money. I'm not good at this. I have ADHD. I have mental problems. I have chaos. I have this. I'm depressed. I'm this. Let it be cleansed. That 16-year cycle is over. And truly allow it to be in the past and truly allow it to be gone. Let it cleanse you. And now we're going to step in, but it's a mystery what will happen. So we're not going to see what happens, okay? We're just going to step into the white light of 2025. Allow it to cleanse you. Allow yourself to stay in this white light, okay? Allow this to fully cleanse you. Yes, like a car wash, exactly. Allow it to cleanse you. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Step into the unknown, but the unknown of beauty. Hallelujah. Yes, you're right, Jules. Um, so let it cleanse you. Ah, okay. Okay. We did it. We released it. We released the 16 years. Can you believe the 16 years? Bring on the abundance. Bring on the soul family. Yes, Betty. Okay, so let me just give you guys a little quick rundown on what area of life might be most impacted for you. Um, let's see. Wait. Let me just pull this up because I don't have all of the information. Which rising signs will Okay. So let's see. Okay, Aquarius. If you are an Aquarius rising, Pluto will be in the first house of yourself. Okay. So if you're an Aquarius rising, this is going to affect your identity, your self expression, personal identity, expression, how you see yourself, how others see you. It will affect your presence in the world. Okay. Of the self, the way you show up in the world. Capricorn rising. This transit for the next 20 years is going to be transformation, death, and rebirth in your finances and your values. Okay. So it's going to affect your financial situation, your personal values, your material security. It's going to change your finances and how you deal with them. Okay. Sag rising, third house, it will be moving through. This will be and these are general because you could be at a different degree, but this will happen throughout the 20 years. So whole sign says it happens right away, but in wherever you're at, if you're at the end of your sign, it might not happen right away, but this is generally what it is, okay? Sag rising, this is going through your house of communication and siblings. This transit is going to impact your communication style, your relationship with your siblings, your daily interactions. Scorpio rising, which is what I am, it's going to be going to the fourth house of home and family. This is going to affect the home life, the family dynamics, the sense of security, where your roots are. Libra rising, it's going into your fifth house, your house of creativity and self expression. It's going to affect your creative pursuits. It's also connected to children, also how you express yourself. There's also stuff around relationships with this. Virgo rising, it's going through your sixth house of health and daily routines. And this transit's going to impact your daily routines, your health, your work environment, and changes to how you live your day to day life. Leo rising, it's going through your seventh house, your house of partnerships. This transit's going to affect your relationships, your romance, your business, your friendships, any type of partnership, business, personal, anything. It's going to bring intense transformation in this area. Cancer rising, Pluto's going to go through your eighth house, which is intimacy and transformation. This is intimate relationships, platonic. It's also other people's resources. So this could be someone else's money. You know, you might have changes to your other people's money in your life. So this could be like your husband's money. This could be inherited money. This could be money from like a certain source that you get it from. It's also connected to travel, higher education, spiritual beliefs, and your worldview changing. Oh, no, sorry. I got distracted here. No. It's that reflections. Okay. Intimate things. Okay. Now, Gemini rising. This is the higher education travel. Disregard that, what I said about the last part of that. Gemini rising, it's going through your ninth house of expansion and worldview. It's going to focus on long distance travel, higher education, spiritual beliefs, overall worldview. There's going to be significant growths and changes in those areas. Taurus rising, it's going through your 10th house of career, reputation, fame. It's going to bring significant changes to to your professional life, to your reputation, to your long-term career goals. Um, Reassess your ambitions, a new career path, how you're seen in the world. If you're meant to be famous, it's going to be coming through, it'll be going through lots of transformation, but by the end of it, you'll be where you need to be. Aries rising, it's going to be in your 11th house of community and hopes. And this is going to bring about your 11th house is your friendship, social networks, community involvement, shifting your social circles, connection with groups, and evolving values. And finally, Pisces rising, it's going to be going through your 12th house of spirituality and subconscious. So if you're a Pisces rising, this transit is going to affect your spiritual practices, your subconscious patterns, and how you deal with solitude and be retreating. Okay. This is going to be internal transformation. It may not be immediately visible to others, but it is going to impact your inner world. Can I repeat Capricorn rising? Yes, I can. I will do that for you, Sarah. Capricorn rising, it's going through your finances and your values. So this is changes in your financial situation, your personal values, and your material security. So there's going to be transformations in this. Where's the thing? Yes, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Will you repeat Taurus? Yes, I will. Okay. Taurus rising. This is your career, reputation, fame, recognition, reputation, personal, your professional life, your long-term career goals, the impact, the legacy. Okay, you missed Leo. Okay. Leo rising. Leo rising is going through your house of partnerships. It's going to affect your relationships, either romantic, business, friendships. Cancer rising, you guys, I went too fast. Cancer rising, this is going to be intimacy and transformation. This is going through the 8th house. This is relationships. This is other people's money. Libra wants me to repeat. Okay, Libra, this is your house of creativity and self-expression, creative pursuits, children, and expressing yourself. Okay, beautiful. Okay. Virgo rising wants me to repeat too. Okay. Virgo rising, it's going through your 6th house of health and daily routines. Your daily routines, your work schedule, your work environment, your daily tasks are going to be impacted. Sag rising, you missed it. Okay. Sag rising, 3rd house, communication and siblings. This is going to impact your communication style, your relationship with your siblings, um, and close relatives. Tell them to watch the replay. Okay, wonderful. Scorpio rising, I'll repeat it because it's mine, and then that'll be the last one I repeat, okay? Scorpio rising, we're going through our 4th house of home and family. So this is going to affect your home, your family dynamics, your sense of security, your roots, transformation in these areas, like your living situation. Okay. So that's what I'll leave it on because now, me as a Scorpio rising, this is going into my 4th house eventually. It's going to finish out my 3rd house and then go into my 4th house. And the 4th house impacted. Oh, thank you, Lori. Siblings and close relationship. You found out you have a duster this year and your mom is on the way to the next plane. Oh, what is a duster? Um, Literally renovating your family home. Yes. Okay, beautiful. So the reason that this resonates a lot with me. So then remember that Aquarius is new technology, collective good, global connections, community, and uniqueness. That's what Aquarius represents. So now that it's going through, what does Pluto represent? Pluto represents transformation, death and rebirth. It's very Scorpio energy. Death and rebirth, transformation, the subconscious mind, things from underneath coming to the surface, the truth coming out, secrets being revealed. So, this transformation of Pluto going through my 4th house of home and family, I'm going to have changes in that area. which is interesting because you guys know, oops, that I have been wanting to live a nomadic life. I want to next year start to kind of get rid of all my stuff, live a nomadic life, see where I want to live, see where I want to be. So that's interesting that that's going into the home life is going to change and go through a lot of transformation in these early stages of this 20-year cycle. I'm going to be that's my plan, is to live nomadically for a year or so. And then my long-term goal, which I've talked about for a long time, for years, I've had this vision of come to Sydney. I will have a time in Australia because I have a friend in Australia that I can stay with, but I think that they're near the Gold Coast. So I don't know. I know Australia is as big as the US, so I know that things are very far from each other. And so I've always wanted to, and I've had this vision for the longest, and that I wanted to create a community. Let me show you guys too. Oh my god, my legs are so sore. My legs are so sore. Oh, I hit something on the printer. It's being all dramatic now. Okay. So this is a drawing that I made from my vision in my mind. And I'm just putting this out there because this is the beginning of the 20-year cycle. And it's talking about this innovation, new ideas, new technology, uniqueness around community, around social changes. And then it's specifically in my area of home and family. So it makes sense that my home and family will be unique, and this was my dream, okay? I'll show it on TikTok after. This is my dream of, like, I know it's kinda ugly looking, but, of here, my intentional community that I want. So, like, in the middle would be like a city center where there's like the dining hall, community living, there's offices, there's like an area for events, and then you like drive in. And then this is kind of like, this is just an example, but there'll be like a certain area of homes here, a certain area of homes here, and then a certain area of homes here. So it'll be kind of three areas with groups of homes, and then you'll have like a little schoolhouse, places to grow things. Over here is like a dome thing for teenagers because then when they get old enough, they can kind of go to like a separate teenager area, an orchard and a barn. This is like a shipping container village. This is a tiny home village, and this is a earth shift home village. But I've always wanted, I'll show it for TikTok too. I've always wanted to, for a very long time, I've keep seeing this vision of this conscious community, intentional community where people come together of all different places, and there's kind of like three little communities within it so that they each kind of, the three of them kind of govern themselves away, so that we have like, one thing that is great about the US is that we have the checks and balances. It's not just one branch of government. You have three branches of government. So like kind of having those several branches of government within a community as well is important, because then that's how something doesn't become a cult, right? So even if someone over in the shipping container community starts getting crazy and starts becoming a cult leader, because it is possible, this is always what fucking happens, right? But then you have like other areas that can override certain rules or things of each other. So like they get to make decisions for themselves, but then different people get to make decisions. So that is my, and the teenagers have their own space. Yeah. Because my dream has also been to help foster teens, to take foster teens in and basically give them like a space of their own. That's something I've always dreamed of, is like helping teenagers. So it's interesting, for the next 20 years, we're stepping into this new era of new things, innovation, uniqueness around community, changes, new technology, new ways of living. For me personally, in my area of home. And so I don't know, I kind of see that, like, I have like, can I do that within 20 years? Probably. Probably. I can probably do that within 20 years. So I'm excited for that. And it's also my place of family too. So then it's also kind of like uniqueness and innovation around family, and kind of a created family as well. Rescue dogs, yes, of course, and cows and goats and all types of things. Is it only for rising sign or are we all involved? So like when we're breaking down this stuff, we're breaking it down by rising sign because then we know which house it's going through. So that's why I gave these based off of the rising sign so that you know exactly what area of your life it's entering through. If you go by your sun sign, you can, it's just not going to be as accurate as the rising sign. So you should usually look at both when you look at astrology, but those are leave it to the astrologers. That's not what I'm here to do. I'm not here to be an astrologer. Okay, let's pull one card to end it, okay? Thank you everybody for being here tonight. This was a beautiful, lovely transit for us. We are leaving. Was that Vedic or regular? So that was Western astrology. Yeah, that was Western astrology. Sounds like what we're building on our lands. Love it. Cool, Meg. And I think there's going to be many of these. There's going to be many of these intentional communities. Oops. Okay. So this is the other message for us is beautiful. Nourish the shadow. Nourish the shadow. And this will be our closing message. The jaguar. The jaguar represents the shadow, the subconscious aspects of ourselves that we push away. Carl Jung says that these aspects usually stem from situations we encountered as children and led us to feel shame, unworthiness, and abandonment. And then we live out these programmed beliefs as adults. The jaguar comes to speak to us about the nourishing of the shadow. In this image, we see her drinking from the well of wholeness. The well in this image, inspired by the Jungian analyst Marion Woodman, is a place of nourishment and absolute wholeness. Water is where all life comes from. Without it, we have no vitality. Many of us ignore and starve our shadow aspects because it causes us so much pain. We must push away we push them away and deeply criticize them. We chain our jaguar shadow and confine her to the furthest part of the backyard of our minds. She howls and cries for nourishment, yet we still ignore her. In her banishment, because of the lack of love, her power grows as the master of sabotage. Ironically, it would begin a relationship with her. You'd find that she is your greatest asset and leads to fulfilling your life's purpose. Funny that we instinctively banish her. The Jaguar's medicine asks you to create a self talk relationship with yourself and to ride the wave of hurt within. Every time a painful feeling arises, you now must tell yourself, I'm right here to feel this with you. I accept this uncomfortable feeling and I will ride it out with you. I am here to feel this with you. If you do this, the emotion will always detox out of you and dissipate, leading to a quicker healing. But you must be strong and endure the pain. Commit to riding the waves of the emotional within yourself. This is the nourishment of the jaguar's requests. If you witness her, she will start showing a new and indestructible power within you. Your shadow is where your diamond lives. Wild. The water bearer symbol. That's what I thought too. Big theme of shadow work right now. Yes. How appropriate for the Pluto shift. You're going to be building a community also. Wonderful. Love the gangster you had to be to survive to find your freedom. I love it. So crazy. You had a wild dream about the tiger locked in a cage and all these Lyran people. Oh, wow. You have the same dream of high school mental health counselor. Beautiful. Okay, you guys, thank you so much for being here. We are releasing the last 16 years. We're stepping into this new light. We're opening that door of all the possibilities that 2025 can be. Thank you, everybody, for joining, for being a part of this. Anyone watching on TikTok who wants to go back and do the earlier part of the exercise, we go through all 16 years. Yes, the diamond in the rough, truly. Thank you, guys. Our gifts are in the shadows. Wonderful. Thank you for all of this. Thank you. All right. So much love to you guys. I so appreciate you. We're really not taking this into our next stage. So if you have any of these old thoughts come in, let them fade away because these old thoughts are an old cycle that is now done. It is entering a different area of your life. This is a different era. This is a different generation. This is a different stage. Allow it to leave. You know, for myself, I've had from 2008 until now, I have had a lot of relationships that all ended terribly in cheating and betrayal. And I've been super scarred by it. So for me, that is something that I am releasing. Oh, and one other thing too before I go. I did a 2-hour hypnosis session with Sarah Brexman Cosme this weekend where she put me under. We asked questions about grays, about Pleiadians, Arcturians, angels, Mother Aya, religion, health, um, all types of stuff. We asked personal questions. We asked everything. So we're going to be releasing that. I'm waiting for the file because the file didn't send through. My phone's been acting weird. We'll post half of it on my YouTube and half of it on Sarah Bruxman's. So haven't posted it yet. We will be posting it. It's so good, you guys. Oh my God. The information about the grays, the information about the angels. We asked about dragons. The dragons, if dragons have been coming up for you, you want to watch this. We also asked about Atlantis. We asked about, like, literally everything. This was so good. Yes, dragon energy. So, if you've been having dragon synchronicities pop up, you definitely wanna watch that. That'll be in part 2 on Sarah's side, on her YouTube. It was so good. We also asked personal questions, so we're gonna leave those in as well because maybe they'll help people. Okay, guys. Also, if you want to do a hypnosis session with me, my link is in my bio here on TikTok. If you've seen Colby Janine, Love by Colby Janine, Gem Z, Janine the Machine, all of those things. She has shared a couple clips from the hypnosis that we did with her. And I'm so like, oh my God. The Arcturians came through. So if you haven't seen it on TikTok, go to Colby's. If you see it on Instagram, if you haven't seen the clip, watch the clips from her hypnosis on my Instagram. You can go to my page because she has me as a collaborator. It's so good. It's wonderful. Oh, you had a dragon being work on you at a Joe Dispenza event. Oh, wow. You're going to want to hear what the dragons are about because the dragons are very wise, ancient energy, and they only help with very powerful things. Do not waste dragon's energy. I'm just telling you, that was what came through is do not waste a dragon's time because the dragons are only doing the heavy stuff. They're only doing like the deep wisdom, the deep monk, the deep guru stuff. Don't be asking dragons for your little things, okay? Because the dragons will move on. They only do the stuff that truly matters. Okay, cool. Atlantis has been on your mind, right? Mm. You were given movements to clear DNA trauma. Okay, wonderful. You read a book and it had dragons in it. Oh, cool. Dragons are coming. The dragon's energy is here. Also, a lot of information about the Greys, you guys. We had Greys fully come through and like talking through me in the session. So that was also really funny. Because they're just, I love the Greys. And we had Pleiadians, Arcturians, angels. The angel stuff was really cool. And Mother Aya. I'm not going to reveal the answer, but we did ask Mother Ayahuasca why she lied to me. Okay. And why she told me Kamala Harris was going to win the election and why she also said I was a lesbian. Okay. So we had that information come through from Mother Aya and she answered those questions. Okay, guys. I love you. I'll see you next Tuesday. And maybe before then, I'll get to post the hypnosis. Okay. Hopefully, the video comes through. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of this. This was so much fun. And remember, the cycle is over. And that's why I brought it up, is also because in my hypnosis, it said this like idea around relationships and stuff with me. Trust that the cycle is ending. Okay, guys. Good night. Love you. Thank you for being here.